One of the awesome surprises from last year was just how strong Seattle's surge was, with the veteran in accuracy holding down the main AR spot and then bringing in the youngsters underneath his leadership. Now we look at the standings, Nameless, and this Seattle surge squad is a team that kind of finished in the top 3 last season. They're coming in near the top of a lot of people's coaches' rankings. What do you see in this team right now as we kick off the new game?
A solid squad across the board. Everybody brings something to the table on this team, which is extremely impressive. And then also the teamwork aspect. Like, we talk about this game and how it plays out. You have to have teamwork, good communication on those breaks, and this team doesn't lack that at all. They were so solid throughout the year last year. They had, a period in time where they struggled a bit, but the most impressive part of that, Puckett, is they fought their way out of it and then won an event. Like, this team is the real deal. I'm expecting them to pick up right where they left off and be one of the top 3 teams in the game.
Now, I was living in New York City when the Subliners picked up Mack. The whole city became Mack fans right away. Yeah. Now he's playing for Seattle. But, aLLeY, you're not a Mack fan as much as you are a Pred fan. Why is Pred the guy that you are saying is the player to watch?
Listen, we gotta get the record straight. I am a Seattle Surge fan. I am a Mackenzie Meltz fan. I am a Civ, Accuracy, and Pred fan. But we do have to talk about the fact that last year they had 2 rookies, one of them being Rookie of the Year, and that has to be Pred. And we have to talk about it, right? Because we have to talk about he came from a different region and did what he did, taking home a win, being Rookie of the Year, and just amazing stats overall throughout the entire season.
Where'd he come from?
He came from Australia.
Australia.
He came from Australia.
With Miles' people.
Like, literally out of nowhere, and he has been lighting up the scene since. And I have to talk about, like, last year's stats. Like, he was in the top 5 overall KDs as a sub. Every other one was an AR. We talk about Cellium, we talk about Attach, we talk about Dashy in the top 5. Pred with a 1.09 overall last year and a 68% non-traded kill percentage. So he was constantly in high engagements and constantly coming out with 2 or 3 pieces and alleviating pressure on the map for his teammates. I am very excited to see what they do in this coming year.
In Aussie and America, I'm always cheering for them when it comes to Call of Duty. Nameless, though, they are going to have to go through a very tough squad representing LA. Yes. And LA, they just upped their big gun in a trade. We're going to see Arcedy's now playing for this squad. Tell me about what to expect from our purple team in this showdown.
I think this is the team with the biggest question mark over their head. People don't know what to expect. I mean, you're getting Arcedy's on this team, a fantastic leader. We saw what he did over there on the Atlanta FaZe, and then he's got to guide guys like Neptune, a guy who just went back down to Challengers, and he came out and he looked a lot better when he got that second opportunity. But Spart here being the AR duo alongside Arcedy's, this is the dynamic that I'm hoping is fantastic for this team. When Spart came into the league last year, he got MVP, he won a championship, and the guy was taking over in Search and Destroy. They won 9 straight Search and Destroys to get their championship, and then after that, LAG, they struggled. They didn't know who to place on their team. They swapped players in and out. They could never commit to a roster. Well, they're committing to Spartan Arcedy's with a 3-year contract, so they're hoping to get the most out of this guy. 3-year contracts.
Exactly. Lock them up, so trying to get the youngster and the old man for the long-term deals. And honestly, big props to the GMs behind the scenes there at LAG. You got a Rookie of the Year. You got a known entity who's got a ring.
Yeah, big moves.
Why not? Well, we've got the matchup ready to go here. Let's take a look at the maps real quick here and get our thoughts. aLLeY, where are we leaning? How do you see this playing out?
On it already off the bat, I'm mind blown. Fortress upon fortress, and then followed by 3 hotels should we get there. Again, I'm a little bit surprised on the Fortress Search and Destroy continuously kind of being able to slip its way by. It's been very aggressive. It's been very high engagement right off the bat. So I'm interested to see that these teams are still letting it slide through, but also that triple hotel right at the end, that control is going to be probably one of the better ones, depending. It doesn't matter if you're on defense or offense, where defense has obviously been very heavy here when it comes to the spawn traps in this game.
And real quick, where are we leaning? You going blue or you going purple here?
I'm going to go with LAG. They got good side first map.
It's done.
I feel like Arcedy's going to fry.
Seattle.
There it is. It's done. We got to go to the casters on the mic for this one. We got Miles and Chance. Let's close it out in a big way, fellas.
Thank you very much, Desk. Y'all are lit. It's been a long and beautiful day of Call of Duty. And hey, I have got no idea which way this one goes, but either way, we're getting a double dose of Fortress, and then we're spending 3 nights at the Greenberg Hotel. Here we go, Chance in map number 1, Fortress Hardpoint. Let's get it.
Hey, look, I've seen that hotel. You just know that is an incredibly expensive stay. So, we got to save up a little bit. But this is what's interesting. Seattle are spawning on the bad side. If you know that you're like the team B and this comes through and you end up on the bad side on Badra, you might not have a good time, and that's not exactly the ideal start. So I think this is going to be like an all-year sort of situation of letting this map get through. How do you make up from quite literally the side you stomped?
Yeah, we heard Nameless bring it up saying that, you know, oh god, wait a minute. Three-piece Neptune, great start, 30 seconds remaining on P1. Nameless saying that, you know, LAG is starting good side on this map, and we're seeing why, ladies and gents, if you cast your minds back to Control. Of course, the way this plays out, not easy to get out of that far right-hand side of the map, but so far, we've got a little bit of an open. Pred and Simp being the men to get that done. Arsty's posted up. He's going to find kills aplenty from here, but now they've managed to slip inside. That's going to be a tough move now for LAG to handle, although chance it's a great start.
Yeah, I mean, at least you get out towards like P2 though, so you know, about as bad as P1's possibly going to get, but you have an opening. You get the guys out of the power positions and you at least have some wiggle room to work with, and more importantly, you're all over like this new hill. You're getting picked apart along the way, and it looks like LAG are just going to continue to fry. But maybe not worst case scenario with Pred in the mix, so Seattle, they have a bit of an opportunity.
So Pred, our Rookie of the Year, can fire up here on Fortress. Nice work from Simp, though, up close and personal there with the M4. It's a clean hard point, clean trophies, accuracy right back in with, though. No more reinforcements. Here comes Pred. Better late than never. Into the point that's going to keep it in the hands of Surge for now. But with 25 remaining, you're still thinking about new. That's what the right-hand side of the minimap's all about. Los Angeles Guerrillas with a late break. Next 20 seconds of theirs.
And just to stay on the theme with the spawn traps right now, yes, Seattle do have the rotation on the right side of the map, but you don't want to end up there by the time the hill, like if there's less than 20 seconds left on it, you have to find a way to actually get out. So see how Seattle's going to play it. And of course, step one is making sure you do hold on. I don't know if I see a trophy by accuracy yet. Well, there you go. He's got the coverage.
Right in the foliage there. Solid coverage from that trophy. Accuracy brought down. LAG wants to go on the approach. Whether it's good side, bad side, don't matter though. Sib, he fights forward. Mack in the kill feed as well. Wonderful work there from Surge. Keep it all together. 45 still remaining here on Fountain. Good work either way as the kills keep coming through. Still holding the time. Now's the moment though, Chance. You got 4 dead. You got to get out towards the next point.
Yeah, I tell you, that's making the best of a bad situation. Sid making a big play in that moment, but now the try is to, you know, get out of your spawn. No success there, and you can already see on the minimap, LAG. Maybe try to get Sib out of the hill if you have enough nades to make it happen, but you set up this trap.
We've seen this in a few times. A few different Call of Duties have hard points where, yeah, you might get the time, but you're going to lose the next one. Now, what's the game plan here, Chance? Where the hell are these guys trying to go from here?
Well, right now, it's what? I mean, one player Spart wrapping back towards the hill. Everybody else was trying to get in the power positions, but in the meantime, accuracy has actually managed to slip through, but he gets caught out, and I mean, he was just full speed ahead, trying to sprint his way across, and the Mew are just back to square one. Mack, the gate is not open. That gets shut down. It's only the top side of the map. LAG have consistently left that open. That just means you're able to at least get through the actual break. Well, that's step number 2.
This is it. They're finally out for Surge, looking to get towards that point. Kills are there. Accuracy and Simp. Good work. The trades are down. Over to the cannons, we now finally do get Seattle Surge. Neptune, the last man up and alive for his boys. Oh dear. This could get an ugly fight. He's managing to stay alive. Good work out of LAG. For now, is try to break in. And Neptune, the man with the trident in hand, no problem. Finds a few more. It's a 3 spree.
And well, ooh, I was gonna say that might be number 4. Simp with a slide kill. You don't see those too often anymore, but able to deliver in the moment. And maybe who can roam a little bit, or maybe chop it up just a little bit.
Oh, we might be facing a techno issue. No, it looks like everything's cool. We're leaning forward, leaning back. It might have just been a technical, a slight bug there, but for now, the play still seems to be continuing. Over to the next hard point, the blacksmith. Neptune's got himself the corner. This is one of the spots to be, ladies and gents. Accuracy's up next, no problem. Taken care of. Sib's here. And this is beautiful shots out of Neptune. 9-7 overall. Bit of an inconsistent player throughout the Vanguard season. Didn't exactly get the chance to shine. And I think this LAG team chance could be for him for life.
Oh, we're going to see. Wow, life is such a long time. Now I'm getting all like
that's a long time.
No, that is quite a bit. And well, the life at least in the hill did not last very long. Seattle just instantly storming over through the front. Sib can't get the second, but does the damage, and you still have the clearance towards the actual hard point. And this is the first time it's really felt like Seattle has had the opportunity to set up the spawn trap. LAG had sort of mixed success overall, but you know, when you start on bad side, you tied up the game, you get LAG now pinned in the back, and it's going to be interesting to see how much of a run they can get, because, I mean, you go to a 10-point lead, now you basically flip the script of how the game started. I think Seattle might start to take over.
Yeah, this is an amazing turnaround. Not an easy thing to do from bad side here on Fortress, but again, early days, everything we've expected to see here in the Call of Duty League in the 2023 season somewhat turned on its head, and that's what our pros are all about, changing the game on a daily basis. 130 now climbing chance. Surge are still in the driver's seat. The Blacksmith is going their way fantastically so far. God only knows what happens next.
And if you remember aLLeY, I mean, there's a couple different times where the spawn trap gets given up by just leaving the left side of the map open. Pred right now is shutting all of that down. Sib is posted up in the single window, watching the left side. So right now, Seattle, I mean, this setup is as good as it gets. It has been a nearly perfect P1 hill thus far. And again, there are no openings on the map for aLLeY to work their way through. aLLeY couldn't hold this down. Right now for Seattle, it is perfect.
Wow, this is solid. Indeed, gameplay. Trophy's going to save him for a moment. Here comes the rest of the flood from aLLeY out through that art side of the map. Top side, bottom side, they can do what they can to get across, but man, that's one perfect P1 into P2 now, the Gallows. And immediately, Seattle Surge, they have not stopped for a single moment. It's a 5 spree from Sib. It's 2 for Mack. And now it's a listen in with Seattle Surge.
They're stunned, they're stunned.
One more there.
Stunned.
One more,
One more.
That's
Okay,
Kyler.
Look front, look front.
We're missing Kyler.
Top rails.
Top rails.
Oh, he's behind me. Top pot.
Alright, I have your side door.
I have your side door.
He's gonna come to you, Dante. I heard you.
I spawn out. I'm on you.
Right here.
In the back there. One more in the back. Nice.
Second arch.
Nice. Alex, second arch. Hit 3 times. Alex.
Other cross.
Challenge him.
You're gonna come side door on me. Where's our new big kills?
Yeah, I'm on you.
I hear him.
Second arch and first arch. Second arch, Alex. Second arch and first arch. Alex, second arch.
One shot, first arch.
Get to me.
I have a trick for new, guys. I have a trick.
One
already ran across P5.
Going top part.
We're gonna try to get a kill in maps.
Yeah, try to get a kill.
I stun over P1. I stun him over gate.
I'm looking top circle. I can't see him from top part.
He's like in the corner.
One's on the map. Old flank.
Yeah, watch your back.
Top circle dead.
One's on the map city.
Oh, stop.
Cages, low.
Nice. I'm running through gate.
I got him. Nice. On time.
Yeah, go out. I ran through gate. Backside time.
Nice.
I'm holding map flank. They're gonna gate. Hold gate. I need a P1. P1 dead. I have my front. I'll get gate. Hold map. I have gate.
I can see top maps.
Cage. I spawn front. I don't have gate. I do not have gate.
One more front. Nice. I'm good. Alright, Alec.
Magical moment right now for Surge. Hit fire there from accuracy. 4 spree. This could be game chance. It's looking magnificent.
I mean, could be game. It has been game for a long time now. I mean, I think aLLeY, they were up like 105 to like 85 or 90 or something like that. And Seattle just legit went on like 130 to nothing run. I mean, again, the theme of the map is the spawn trap. aLLeY got gifted the good side, and they did get the lead off of it, but multiple times let people out the left side of the map. Seattle, when they had the opportunity, I mean, literally just a stranglehold on aBeZy Fortress. I mean, that's textbook. That's how you do it. At one point for Seattle, all 4 players were on like a 4 or 5 plus like kill streak as individuals. And I mean, again, there was no looking back there. So I think maybe that'll be the, you know, if Team B lets the aBeZy through and they're going to get bad side on this map, they're doing it when they're confident that the other team doesn't have enough for them. And aLLeY definitely did not have enough that game.
Jesus! 24 and 10, 3,000 damage from Sib. Big work from him. Stats that prove already to not mean terribly much in Modern Warfare 2. We'll see how that evolves over the course of the season. So don't take away too much from this, but damn, that was one hell of a show coming out of Seattle Surge. Once they hit that listening, don't really look back. Chance, you called it, man. 3 hard points with that single point garnered from aLLeY. They could not make anything happen there. Damn! Fortress, brutal, manages to slip through, but don't put your shoes on just yet, friends. We're going to stay on Fortress for Search and Destroy after these highlights.
Yeah, and I think these highlights are going to be one. Here's the good things aLLeY did for the first like 2 minutes of the game, and then it's just going to be a non-stop like Seattle highlight reel. And I think they really just did start to completely take over. And even just like keeping track of the score like up towards the top. This was all because they started at the good side. aLLeY, they had what a 50 or 60 point lead just going into P3. But as soon as they lost any semblance of control, there you go, 105 to 90. I think it ended up 213 to 105. So, I mean, I don't know. They got introduced to the blender, spun around in the cycle, and I don't know. They have to wait for map 2. Go back to aBeZy again.
I mean, this was an incredible turnaround from Surge. We will stress this spawning on this side of the map here on the fountain side, the B team spawn, is not an easy place to come out from, but kudos to Seattle Surge for making that one happen. LAG certainly get this one slipped from them, but hey, still early days for that squad. 250 to 126 there in the opening map, staying on Fortress there for Search and Destroy. The triple dose of Hotel, 3 expensive nights in the Greenberg, I forget what it's called, but we're going to see that come up in a moment. Of course, Control, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy if we have to go deeper into the series. The Search, though, Chance, I've already seen it, kind of dumb lit on Fortress. Very speedy game.
I also think Seattle are going to be a very fun team to watch on it. I would say, like, thematically, especially through Vanguard, they were playing hardpoint where, like, Accuracy's entire job was just to be in the hill and let his teammates fry. Well, this is one of the first times I've seen it was actually Mack that had the most kill time, and I think Accuracy was third in that category. So they switch up their style based on the map. Their S&D last year, it was the same kind of thing of like, oh, okay, we can plant the bomb on Berlin and just leave Accuracy and AR in the back of the map in one of 37 clutch spots. And it just makes sense to play the game this way. So I want to see like what their like evaluation of aBeZy Fortress S&D is going to be like, see what idea they have and like see how they play it. Because I do think Surge is one of the better teams at like identifying sort of like a standard, but like your default best way to play something. So I think they'll be a fun team to watch, map too.
It will be a fun team to watch indeed. Seattle Surge, a squad that simply oozes confidence, and whether it's in or out of game, they are having a great time. Vibes at an all-time high. And I would honestly say the same thing about LAG. I mean, just coming into this matchup, based on what we've seen, based on what we've heard about, you know, the impact that RCs is having on the squad, of course, Neptune being a newcomer here as well, it's been good. It's been very, very good. It's been a great turnaround. Seattle Surge, obviously a very, very tough opponent. One of the few teams that did not make a roster change coming into the Modern Warfare 2 season. And Hook, he is locked.
That's not a frozen camera.
That's like, not a frozen cam.
That is actual reality in this moment. But
he's bringing the Major II Undertaker stare vibes to online games. That's how locked Hook is.
That is interesting. I don't know how much has he talked about this a lot of like I don't know, is there like a book he read or like a mental switch, or if this like if he just finds this is the rhythm that like keeps him at his best. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it's always a slightly scary sight to see someone locked in quite to that level.
He is locked. Well, we'll see if he can remain locked going into the Fortress S&D. Very, very different game to the hardpoint we saw there, because that was a very exciting run around things. We'll see what happens, though, coming up on this Search and Destroy. Snipes chance, Fortress, doubt it.
Well, Octane, hey, we saw Octane for multiple rounds pull it out. Like, you could do it if you really want to.
Hey, that's true. That's true. That's true. The Greenberg will await us in just a brief moment. Of course, Hotel and Spa, ladies and gems. But until then, we will stick it out here on Fortress for the Search and Destroy. I mean, dude, we can see anything coming up on this bad boy. I mean, this is early days. This is day 1 of the 2023 season. It's all going to be happening, brother. It's all coming down to a climactic showdown at Champs later on in the year. We'll see what happens. Into the Fortress now we go. Tough run of things for quite a few teams we've seen so far, but a 6-0, of course, the Røkkr OpTic series in Search and Destroy. We'll see if we can get another 6-0 here and move things along.
Hey, nice moves by Neptune as well. You saw Pred was trying to hunt him down towards the middle of the map, but that is a big first blood to be able to deliver. Now I was going to say, I talked a bit about Seattle, but Spark, S&D kid, always solid in the game mode. Sib, you good?
Wait a minute. 2v4. It ain't a good round for Surge.
Where could he have possibly thrown that nade to hit his teammate directly underneath him?
I mean, if I speak up,
Miles, man, if I've ever seen one.
What the f? Nonsense. Nonsense. Either way, though. We're making
what is going on,
What's
dude?
going on? Who's killing who and why? I need answers. Well, either way, Spark's going to recover the bomb. 1v3. 1v2. Sib's alive. Technically 2 kills in the round because he took care of Mack, but who's counting?
Sib is trapped, though. Number 5 does have the cross. RCDs. Lets him through.
Spark's gone. Turn around immediately. Wait for it. Pops the doors. Sib could... No way. No way. 1v1.
Oh, and he knows, too. He knows. One of his teammates called out RCDs that he spotted him on the cross, so he knows he was P1.
Wait, 1v1. Wait a minute. No! It was close. It was so close, and he's smiling. He knows how close he came to a preposterous round. Technically a 1v5 if you count Mack.
We would have counted Mack. By the way, I'm
counted it.
pretty sure that was a spectator. I know. I don't think Sib actually saw Arcides like sitting in the P1 corner from his POV, but one of his teammates definitely did. And whether it was spectator or just like the helmet cam, based on the way he was like flying out of the doors, he was ready for Arcides to be on that side of the map. So that's just good communication, and that is a heck of a try for round one. But also, don't team kill Mack. What? I don't get it.
There was a team kill on the other side as well.
I know.
Crazy. We're still rolling though. Mack's gonna get that bomb. We lose Pred early on here. Bomb's gonna get planted at A. Here comes the 40-second timer. Good luck.
I think maybe Sib could break this down if he's playing like the super off angle. Yeah, he was the first one to engage. Hook walks off the Semtex. He's able to move just away, but 3v4, they're trying to hold this down.
Good pick up there from flying forward. Oh, another one from Arcides there. Like a bulldozer right now through the backside of Fortress. It all comes down to Mack. He gets 1, 2. Wait a minute. No, done. 20 seconds on the clock there to get the defuse. Great work out of Mack there. Takes a couple with him, but Neptune's going to be there. Spart on the defuse. Good round. LAG go 2-0 up.
Hey, just great picks overall on both offense and defense. Just figuring out where Pred's, well, not that it's complicated where Pred's going to be. Bottom green both times, but either way, doubled up on the first bloods. And I think that is sort of, in my mind, going to be the main theme of this map. Like, first blood's going to be ever more important, especially because everything is super tight. Everybody's going to be around the same building or in the archways. And if you can't move because your footsteps are going to be too loud, you have to take your time. And if you have the man advantage and you're taking your time with the guy that's going to be standing right next to you, there are moments that can be, difficult to screw up in a sense. So LAG get the picks and they deliver. And more action down low. It looks like maybe off to the P1 side of the map. Go Seattle.
That's an interesting theme that we might be revisiting this year, is that this is a difficult situation to screw up. Let's see how those words will ring out across the Modern Warfare 2 year. For now, though, stalemate. Very quiet. We're going to see a slight peek through the arch there as Accuracy, the man, looking towards this one, and he may have just given Sib clearance. Hit it, run for it. Here come the tags.
Hey, at least he get the bomb down. Number 6, by the way, I think Hook might have been trying to make a play from the top window. He gets back down, so Seattle now, they're looking to pounce.
Waiting for it. 30 seconds. In and out goes Hook. Great work. Deady pop. Now he can make a real move. Accuracy managed to get himself right on top of the bomb site. Now just desperately trying to clear out these remaining players, but sneaky little Neptune. There's the fight. Big win from Neptune. Trades out immediately once again. Last man up, Sib.
Yeah, Hook's making the play as well. That's the second kill he's able to get this round. And now it's just about the chow, and you see the shoulder being thrown. Bomb is clear. We are good to go. And send in Hook for the final kill. So 3 on the round there for the nuke. Efficient stuff, and well, obviously 3 rounds in a row for LAG. Just good work to be able to get the bomb down. I think you see the idea from Seattle. It's 1 AR and accuracy. We've already seen the little crack spot under the doors where you can spot the cross towards the bomb. He's calling that out to Sib, who from the other archway is actually trying to get that kill. And even though Sib gets the first blood, you still are able to get the bomb down and get out. And that is just the opportunity for the clutch plays playing around it. And LAG putting in some work.
3-0. CL Surge now on offense, trying to make their way forward. And again, interesting looks. A little slower. But that right-hand side door, A1, the archway. We're going to see plenty of players taking the little peeks through there. Mack's going to be able to get the bomb down. Doesn't get away with his life, though. Hello. Petranos are back. 3v3. Just over 30 seconds on this one. Seattle have given up the bomb site for now, but it is a tactical retreat. This is going to sting. Spark gets tagged up. It's all down to he and Neptune.
Yeah, they're so worried about the flank too, and rightfully so, because that flank is coming in quickly. Pred, either he gets the freebie or he hand deliver it to his teammates. The chow comes through, and Pred and Sid, the 2 CDL rookie all-stars from last year, taking care of business and get a round on board. I mean, funnily enough, the round before that was the exact same thing. Like, you die basically off the bomb, but you still get it down, and then you clutch the 3v4 for the post plant. Seattle able to do the exact same. And I was going to say, for the moment, I thought LAG were just giving up the bomb plant for free. And then the 4 nades came in at the exact same time. And I said, oh, okay, maybe the timing was slightly off, but that was their game plan for the retake.
And it's perfect numbers play there from Seattle Surge. You got the manpower to throw it. Not necessarily wasteful, but guaranteeing the win, and that's what everyone played for there. 3-1. Is this the start of the comeback now for Seattle Surge? We go back towards A. I mean, the chances of anyone seeing B slim to none on this map.
Like mid to late round adjustments. Like if you ever get a couple quick picks and like extra time to work with, you could daddy pop it and work through like P1. But off the rip, nah, that'd be bold to try to get an all out B hit unless you know a team doesn't actually watch it. But it'll definitely be A at the start for the majority of the rounds. Grenade to back down accuracy, but he has no fear in his heart. That's his first kill.
Oh, come on.
That's his second kill, collecting scalps along the way.
I mean, accuracy is still on those stairs. He's watching that one. He knows the bomb's there. It now falls to Thieves and Hook to try to make something of that. And the setup around this, I mean, you know accuracy is going to be there. The rest of the team's posted it up. Pausing problems, Pred, the hitman. In he goes. Iron Boots gets taken care of. Hook's in and out like a light, but is it enough time to take care of the rest of the squad? Maybe. 20 seconds, 2 players remaining.
And he does have dead silence, but he doesn't have the bomb or the angle. And nope, just going to get shut down there. Might have had a couple freebies up top, but too good of a trap and too good of a bounce back round from accuracy. I think he was sitting on the donut before that round started, but gets the first blood, follows it up with a second. And that is an angle that I think many people probably learned today. And I'm under the impression I will be seeing a lot of it from this point on in the CDL mosh pit.
You would expect that, but you truly never know, brother. Still, another round back to back. We're now in the throes of the comeback. 3-0 deficit. Surge now 1 away from the equalizer.
And back to the down low fight. 2 SMGs potentially dueling it out, and Hook hasn't quite come through the door, so little set. Neptune has found the free 2-piece. Oh, he's so sneaky. Look at him go.
So sneaky. He might be able to get another one here. The stun check lands, connects, information passed over. Absolutely melted. Sib, good work. 2v2.
I mean, who knows that playing prop hunt would have paid off, right? I think Octane used the spot earlier. TJ guns him down instantly. A little bit less ready for that spot is Seattle. And Hook taking his time. And it ends up working out. 2v1 now. Sib, he nearly clutched the 1v3. A 1v2 is much easier in down low. He spots Arcades. It's the exact same matchup between these 2 AR players.
It's Danny Alec, though. The read is there.
Always.
Double back. Finds the timing. Catches Sib out. And we stop the run right there. 4-2 now. No equalizer. Daddy Alec. What a play. Throughout the entirety of the Vanguard season, when Atlanta FaZe needed him the most, he stepped up time and time and time again. Put the squad in his backpack or made a huge play. Massive turnaround moment. He has it in his repertoire. And he's looking to get it done here at the opener for LEG as well.
And those really are sort of the moneymaker moments, right? Because obviously Sib, absolutely phenomenal player, but RC's 2-time world champ, so that is the expectation to clutch those ones and maybe to have everybody in line. I think he spots them all, and unfortunately, too much to handle. He gets dropped for the first blood, and this is a serious advantage Seattle now has.
Yeah, this is big. No Arcades. Will it be a problem? Max posted up. If Hook gets a little curious, he's a dead man. Spot. There's one. And that's a big win for Mack. That's a 3 spree. It's a great round for Mackenzie Melts.
And accuracy is going to see his feet underneath that crack. So, yeah, that is hopeless.
Oink.
Not a fun stunning grenade to hit with. And
they haven't chased him.
There's just nowhere to go. I mean, number one Sib, he's got the cross. You can see out both the windows. Max got the pinch towards the back. Superman.
Oh, wait a minute. He's dead now, but wait a minute. Neptune. Still alive, still kicking. Dead, he popped. Could get a plant. Seattle are going to hold this. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, fine, that's done. Woohoo! What a round that could have been.
That is the goofiest movement I've ever seen. It is funny, you know, I think today a lot of the players we're seeing fry are like the old heads. Like Scump was dropping bombs in the hard point. Clayster was dropping bombs in the hard point. I'm trying to think, who was the first series we casted? I already forgot. Was it, yeah, Slasher as well. I don't know if I already said him, but like a lot of the OGs in a game with no, like, you know, what's it called? The slide? Oh, how am I forgetting this?
I don't know. We call it advanced movement. That is cap. But slide
cancel. How did I forget slide cancel? Yeah, the first game we've had in such a long time without a slide cancel. All the old heads are frying. And now you got one of the new guys, Neptune, literally bouncing face first off a rail and flying. So that's the thing.
Hey, man, you do what you can. Everyone stacked up on the bottom side of the stairs. Here we come through A1. This is going to be one hell of a hit. Mack will get away with his life. What? Wait, history repeat itself? No way. He's tagged up. There might not be enough numbers here to make this work. The gallows may not be the cause of death, but it didn't exactly help. Pred on the flank. Beautiful work. Gets himself a second. It's a delightful round. Here comes the equalizer. Massive round out of Surge.
And that is just, I mean, so quick. I mean, that seems to be the major theme when these guys are stacking up around the archways of like that middle map flank to come through. This time, Pred, timing perfect, gets the big 2-piece, seals the deal. And that is number 11 for Sib as well. Maybe hasn't clutched either the 1v1s he's had against RCDs, but both of those where he's in 1v2s and 1v3s. So he is definitely finding a massive amount of kills along the way.
Pred's playstyle really suits, you know, waiting for the team's comms, making something big happen based on the information. Very smart player, very aggressive player. 11 and 4 for Sib. Pred being the man to really make a lot happen in that last round. Good stuff. Either way, though, we're all squared up at 4-4. And already, it's a pacier round with a great degree of flavor. Still some spice.
And no one yet crossed over towards that A bomb, so Seattle don't have to burn too many of their nades. That's why I think Sib maybe holding on to that Semtex. And I was going to say, funnily enough, the bomb might start leaning towards B. That seems a little bit crazy. And now you see they're actually making the moves over towards that A site. So Accuracy to be the first man to spot the cross. And as soon as he gets that intel, that's when Seattle is going to pounce.
I mean, we are playing with pixels here. That is exactly what we're seeing. Here comes the info. There's the feet. There's the snap. The trophy might survive a little longer. The battle's already taken place, though. Onto the bomb site we now go. Here comes the quick plant. It's a 2v3. It all comes down to Sib and Accuracy.
And you just got to wall bang it too. And you're getting flanked as well. And they're concerned about it. And Sib found the kill. And Accuracy, he read the flank, but it doesn't matter. And now Orcides is just so distant, but not for long. And now a 1v1.
He's still active. He's flying. Checking every possible corner, every possible angle is going to be enough, though. Will he get it all done? This is for kill number 6. This is for streaks. There's 15 seconds. At the very least, the consolation of the streak would be sweet. There's the check. Spark's good. The round is safe, and most likely his life is as well, but you never know. Wait a minute. Pistol in hand. Ends the spree. Map point, LAG.
Damn, it is wild watching players be able to play the game with dead silence pop, because then they can actually just fly around the map and make moves, and a ridiculous change of pace. But there had to have been some angle up top that Spart was going to have where he's throwing a shoulder just to peek the bomb, and as soon as he knows it's clear, he can just keep hiding. So that's a bold play. Accuracy and Sib, again, so close to delivering on these clutches. I mean, always just an ounce away, but LAG have clutched in those, you know, sort of nail biter situations time and time again, and just one more round they need.
2-2 split. 2 players going towards bomb site, but oh my god, Hook has flown forward and he pays for it. But the attempt was there, the damage was done, but no kill. Pred now on the inside. Spark's going to level it up with a nice nade. 3v3. A pacey round indeed. Can Seattle Surge force to round 11?
They are taking their time as well. Maybe waiting for that next pick to fall through, but RCDs is watching the P1 side of the map, so they got all their bases covered. A little bit of a standoff down low between the two SMGs, and in the meantime, Sib finds the kill, so man advantage over Seattle. Neptune, it looks like he's starting to creep up and make moves, but yeah, too good of an angle, too patient of a play. Seattle should have this one in the bag.
Last man RCDs. And he is top of the tip of the truck, and he's got a kill. Pop Daddy got out with his life. This is not over yet. 30 seconds on the bomb. Oh, maybe. Ankles. Clearly not his thing. Oh no, it's fallen to pieces. It's round 11. I swore RCD saw it. I could have sworn.
Maybe one of his teammates on the feet through the rails down low, but I think Pred had the perfect pinch anyway, so nowhere for RCDs to go. First round 11 of the year, is it not?
Ooh, it is indeed.
It only took us 3.5 series to get here.
Ice check now for both teams. Is it the tried and true Seattle Surge, or is the new look for the LAG squad? Round 11, here we go.
I will say the biggest problem for Seattle, I think, on this map for a lot of the rounds they haven't won is Pred just getting picked off for that first blood. So I think the setup's going to be the exact same. Accuracy watching the exact same cross. It's just a matter of like waiting for the play to actually come through and coordinating the nades before any player falls.
Simp looking for kill number 16 here in the search. Gunfire prattling out across the map. Pred now. That's it. He's had enough. Oh, the timing was good. Gone. Damage again. Bomb down. They're out. Advantage LAG.
Close those doors as well. Close those doors and try to make it a little bit confusing. Mack working the deep side, but Arcity's even deeper. That way, 2 versus 4. Sim and accuracy trying to deliver.
Neptune's out. Doubles back a little bit. Throwing more than shoulders. Oh, it's throwing more than shoulders here. Sim's going to try to get involved. Can't get it done. Accuracy now done. Damn. All he possibly can. Beam's good. Time, though, not on his side. 3 bullets as well to play with. It is simply not going to be enough, not even in this game. LAG, the lead pays off, and it may have come down to the wire, but they do manage to secure the map. Our tale of Fortress comes to a close. We're all squared up 1-1.
And they just played around Pred perfectly. I mean, if you love alliteration, that line is for you. But how many times do we see like a standard sort of default setup where all the guys on Seattle are covering X, Y, and Z, basically telling Pred, here's the information. Now you can go and make that play. But LAG, time and time again, we're just able to play around it in the meantime. So Pred never really able to find an opening on the map. And in spite of Sibs, 16 kills. That is not bad for a search and destroy, but so many of those kills were coming in the 1v3, 1v2 kind of situations where he made them interesting, but too tough to actually succeed with the extra round win. So hell of a try, hell of a stat line, but the only one that matters is the dub. LAG delivered.
Well, first round 11 of the 2023 season so far, and it was a fun one. There we go, Fortress. We finish it. The chapter is now complete. Over towards Hotel we go for control, hardpoint, and search and destroy if a game 5 calls upon it. Hey man, first game 5 of the season. Wouldn't be too disappointed. What a way to close out a ridiculous day. But before we get to that, we're way ahead of ourselves. Now it's time for a quick commercial break. On the other side, Hotel Control.
The Call of Duty League sends out amazing newsletters before each major tournament, curated with premium content for CDL fans. Scan the QR code on the screen to sign up today. You'll not only get the latest CDL updates straight to your inbox, you'll also be entered to win a free 2023 team pack.
Get a chance to win a team pack, and I've got a chance to help me get through Control on Hotel coming up now. How you doing, brother? After that interesting bounce back there, we got ourselves a first round 11, tied 1-1 in the series.
Doing great. Again, I'm just ripping strats from PaulEhx for my own personal gameplay in the CDL mosh pit. So I think watching Seattle is a pretty good way to go about it, of getting sort of a default standard overview of the map. I will be stealing all of accuracy strats, but towards the Hotel we go for Control. I think we've learned a bit already from the match that Vegas played of like, A is gonna get captured at some point by the team on offense. The real battle does go over towards that B zone, and the question is, how long can you successfully hold on to that defense? Because I do think defense is slightly favored, not like by a crazy amount, but like, you know, 60-40, 65-35, like in that mix.
Yeah, but what do we think about Fortress? I mean, what are we skewing that one? And it's FaZe. You know,
I mean, if you're Boston Breach, it's 100-0 for offense, right? They are perfect on that map. So
can I just say, I'm also looking forward to more of these online cams from Seattle Surge. Seeing Phoenix, the coach of Seattle Surge, creep his head around Pred's little camera there on the right-hand side. Always makes me chuckle. Always makes me chuckle. Just when you least expect it, boom, there's Sam Phoenix.
Is Pred playing in like a kitchen?
It's their facility, the Seattle Surge facility. They're definitely near the kitchen space. Again, you got to find a spot to stash all the PCs and the backdrops and all the cameras and everything, all the lighting and all that stuff. You got.
I will say, if I was on the Seattle Surge team, I would also want to be closest to the snacks when I was playing. So maybe Pred is actually in prime position for the facility. There you go.
We got some stats for Sib from the previous season again, who had a brilliant run of things, an incredibly exciting debut into the CDL. He led the Call of Duty League of damage on Control. I mean, look at that per 10 minutes, man. I mean, the guy was putting in the work. Certainly turned a lot of heads all the way back to sort of kickoff classic, the very, very start of the year, and right all the way through. Of course, they managed to win Major 3. A brilliant opener here from Sib, and of course his teammate Pred. Not a bad turnaround for guys who've just entered the league, and they came in with very, very high hopes, a lot of pressure on their shoulders, and they rose to meet it at nearly every occasion. So kudos to both of them there. Great stuff, and again, a wonderful turnaround for the entire Seattle Surge organization, Chance.
And I think it's just a matter of like keeping that momentum going, right? Like already proven you can win. And despite the inconsistencies, it was 2 rookies on the team who turned out to be CDL All-Stars. And like, if they continue to get better, you know, the conversation, instead of being at Rookie of the Year, it will turn to MVP Candidate of the Year. I think Pred specifically, like by champs time, was certainly looking like he could have been an argument for best player in the game. And now we're going into a situation at MW2 where it is a hefty AR meta. Maybe Sib could be like, hey, it's my turn. I will say sleeper pick, because we talk about these two players so much. Mack kind of is the MVP of the team, like of the core 4, like so much dirty work, so much like fill-in spot. I think Miles, I don't know if you remember it slightly better than I do, but one of the craziest stats we saw from Vanguard, I think it might have been Brian's stats that was throwing it up. It was the like bomb carrier KD of when they have the bomb versus when they don't. And Matt quite literally was just the bomb guy the entire year. And I think the league average literally dropped like 0.4 or 0.5 KD in search when you're the guy that has to like work with the bomb. And Mack was defaulted to that role the entire time, and is just like, he's forced into the spot where he's never going to get the spotlight, but does so much work for the team. So I don't know. We need to start taking advantage of any time Mack that, like, when he plants the bomb, we got to hype that up, you know?
I think it was our very own Tim Takes who managed to get that stat one.
Tim that did that. No,
it was Tim. Yeah, shout out Tim. I'm sure he can hear us. Very, very exciting though. But yeah, Mack, the playmaker, and boom, just like that, we're good to go. As you saw, yeah, fist bumps are out, ready to party. Here we go. That was, I have never seen a more decisive game time. That was fantastic. Good work, Seattle Surge. Fantastic coordination. Over at the Greenberg Hotel, we now go for a quick game of Control. First to 3, this final happens. A and B, you know the drill by now, Call of Duty League fans. Let's see how this one unfolds.
Wow, I'm just looking at the map. My settings are horrible. I just like, I've never seen those guitars before. This is so much shinier than what I have. Like, I gotta upgrade my PC.
Well, look, you've got it set for like max FPS. We're dressing things up here to make sure it's pretty for the viewers. I mean, that's where this is going. And also, if you don't look, Chance, you can't observe it. You have to see those little guitars in the middle. What do you call that? Just like the box in the middle of the zone. It's full of, I mean, there's a lute in one of those, I believe. There's all sorts going on.
There's a what?
A lute. It's like a guitar. It's got strings, another stringed instrument. There's a lot going on in this hotel. There's a tremendous amount of detail paid by the IW artist, the art design. A lot going on. A lot of people think that those little benches up there, it's a bar. It's a bar. That's what it is, man. That's what it comes up in the hardpoint name. There's a bar down low. You can see all the booze and stuff and glasses and everything. Most of that broken and destroyed because one concussion is certainly going to cause a mess in that kind of area. We have had a little bit of an issue with the lobby dropping, but we're going to get back into this one ASAP, ladies and gentlemen, because that's the way we like to roll. But yeah, Chance Control, from what we've already seen, any predictions going into this?
In terms of who's going to win, I mean, the predictions for the map being played is like A is going to get captured probably 90%. Like, it's almost thematically like Tuscan in the sense of you have the one site that you expect to get captured at some point, and it's just a matter of doing it quick enough to have the extra time on the clock to work the other zone and to make sure, like, if you're on defense, maybe the opportunity to just like pour the pressure on and get so many kills that you get the life advantage. But A should get captured the majority of the time. It's all about that actual B zone. So I would wager that the majority of like the opening breaks on the map, the team on offense will just try to cook something up over towards B to hope that they can get a couple ticks, maybe a clean 4 down and actually capture that point and work from there. But generally speaking, that's where the most important action on the map is going to be.
We like to hear it. So eyes on for the action as we get the lobby rebuilt and get all the players back into this one, rolling towards map number 3. We will definitely be seeing another hard point here on Hotel at the very least. If we have to go the full distance for the game 5, we stay on Hotel. The search and destroy, which should be a lot of fun as well. For those playing in the mosh pit, take notes, friends. This is how the game is sort of meant to be played at the highest level. We're still learning, of course, the very first day here of the 2023 season. Full of drama, mate. True drama, and then, you know, in-game drama as well. We've had a little bit of everything so far, and if it's any indication of how the rest of the year is going to go, gosh darn, I'm well excited.
Yeah, I don't think I had on my bingo card that Minnesota and OpTic were going to be like blood rivals by the end of the day, but there was some spicy tweets, some spicy moments, and I have to imagine plenty of people are going to be having fun with that. And those poor Twitter accounts, even Standy was catching strays, you know? Like,
that was the funniest thing that happened today.
Røkkr players. Yeah, it's tough. So that'll be a fun one to pay attention to long term. Minnesota, maybe just, do they have all the rivalries? Because I think one of the matches I'm most looking forward to is Minnesota versus Toronto. Because that's like the Toronto like 2-2 split going to the different organizations. So that's going to be a fun one. I mean, Røkkr, they got a target on their back at this point.
It's a lot of fun, though. Hey, man, we love a rivalry. And if you love a rivalry as well, why don't you buy a jersey and start some good stuff here at the league, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the CDL store. We've got an extensive collection of the official CDL apparel and merchandise, including we've got some classic favorites. We've got everything from team jerseys and hoodies. It is shop.callofdutyleague.com. Gear up today. All of the new kits, as you can see on your screen, all your faves. Everyone got to design their own jerseys now, and they do look lovely. Of course, all of that available at the shop.callofdutyleague.com. Now, if you're not like some people and you don't want to wear the gear out of game, dive in the game. You can get all these packs available in the Call of Duty store as well. Because you can, I mean, look, you can dress up top to bottom. And if, you know, you're like some people, that top right LA Thieves skin, jet black. This seems to be helping some people in aBeZy find an extra double or two. But either way, friends, the kill time in this game is so fast, it doesn't matter who sees who, or if you can't be seen or whatever, you die in a split second regardless. FaZe, all the way down to Vegas, Legion, everyone looking spiffy in their brand new in-game kits. All of this available right now at the in-game Call of Duty store. So get your points, get your cash, dive in there and dress up like your favorite team. Tons of that available. I'm currently rocking, I think, the Toronto Ultra skin right now, looking very lovely in the mosh pit. Also running the plain white Call of Duty League skin, because that's kind of our team charts, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take that. I think then our team might be one of the higher selling ones. It's funny to me, though. I'm seeing so many of those jerseys for like the first time just because 80% of the people in my lobbies it's the LA Thieves skin. Like even in Warzone, it's just the LA Thieves skin is just out and about. So that is, I mean, perhaps the smartest move that has been made this offseason is just the design of that jersey.
You know what we can also do now is we can revisit the idea we had in Cold War about like, well, when you see a jersey, it gives you an idea of a team's or a player's approximate skill level. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Based on the frequency in which you see them, you can make assessments and easy judgments. And now the cool thing is most of the LA Thieves skins, those players are They are.
Well, it's just a dice roll at this point. Like,
so
you used
below
to have some
average, though.
indication. Well, no, now you just don't know. But yeah, you
below
definitely
average.
get a very wide spectrum.
I'm collecting data, baby. I'm in the lab. I'm putting the numbers together, and it's below average. Because
I'll
there's a
put
lot
you on
of
the
them.
spot. What happens when you see a Seattle Surge jersey?
Oh, that's way up there, man. You know, that's like coming across a Florida Mutineers skin in Cold War. You're like, damn, this is a player. Careful. Yeah. This is probably a Challengers player. They got some gunny. They probably know where to go. But that's like when Cold War, when you saw an OpTic skin, free kill every time. You know what I mean?
I'll just hit you with a hard no comment on that one, but hard to disagree with you there, Miles, if you're picking what I'm putting down. Hopefully, we'll be loading into Hotel before anyone else's mentions get flamed, and I think with the fist bumps out and about, even a smile on Hook's face. Can't imagine after a performance like that on map 2. There's always something to smile about.
Well, the skins are nasty. All of them. Absolutely gross, baby. Here we go.
Where's the loot at?
Oh, come on, man. Where's the loot?
With the guitars?
The loot. Yeah, there's one in there, and there's another one.
Loot.
There's another one in P2. P2, there's a loot, and I forget. There's plenty of different stringed instruments. Have a look, brother. We'll do a little map walkthrough, just you and I. We'll do a tour of the hotel together. I mean, there's only one room. I find that kind of weird for such a large place. Like, where are all these people staying? Either way, into the control we now go. 30 lives apiece, 2 zones, and in the end, 1 win.
And yeah, definitely a B hit off the rip for Seattle on offense, and not the bad start for the first and second blood. Smart maybe the next man to try to take down. They succeed, and the pressure on the B zone is in.
Here we go. It's kills from Seattle. So far, so good. 2 for Pred right off the rip, and B, making quick work of it. You've still got players from LAG on the outside, though, looking to get involved. Nice shots out of spot. Whoa, my word, the turn and burn there. Who caught out throwing an 8. That's another thing we're going to be watching out for a lot in this game. As 3 clean kills come through from Surge, the B zone is basically done. Massive work at them early on, but keep an eye on the time to kill. Throwing nades, getting caught in that situation is going to eat many players alive. Now, if the cut-off kills here a good chance, this round is done.
I feel like this is already over, right? This is 3 players about to run into like a firing squad, and Mack does the damage. Someone there for the trades. It was Spart with the team kill on himself, and they might have actually found the opening. A lot of players just got away one shot. Now it's Simp trying to work with Mack on the flip side, and it is Mack collecting all of the kills.
Oh, God.
He's at number 5. Pred's back in the mix in Seattle. Well, you spawn right on top of the hill zone, rather, and
wow.
be good to go.
Pred, there's one more, mate. You may as well go for it. Heavy tags. Cleanup kills are there, but the round is done. Seattle Surge, very succinct work here in the opening round of Control.
And they didn't even entirely have to stack the B zone. I mean, they left Sib and Prid over towards like couches in the middle of the map and just let Mack and aCQRC do it by themselves. But as soon as they got like that initial wipe, that's as clean as you're really going to see a round ever get. So, I mean, that is by the book. That is done to perfection. And that is a very strong advantage. Because I do think the map will be defensive sided. Again, not by a crazy amount. You obviously have opportunities. There it is.
Well, what do you know, mate? What's that? Is that a loot? It looks a lot like a loot. It might not actually be. I might be wrong there, but it does look a bit like a loot. Either way, though, thank you, Cleaner. What a fun year it's gonna be with all the details in these maps. Sib with a 2, aCQRC involved as well. And oh my good God, everyone gets a piece of the pie. Defensively, very sound out Surge.
Yeah, and well, now if you're talking about pie, the spawns are over in the kitchen area, and they might be stuck there for quite some time. And it's actually massive flanks coming through. And I feel like this has to get read by LAG. Someone's going to turn around and prepare for this. I think a couple players have turned their arrow a few different times, but they guessed the wrong door, and Mack guns them both down. Suffocating right now on defense is Seattle.
Well, it's working out, mate. So though, oh, nice win at Neptune. Second bit of segment goes through. Daddy Alec get to get a kill, but that's fine for now. But this game is getting away from LAG. They've been cleaned off the point for now. Hook's making a bit of a run. Pandemonium across the map chance with less than 50 seconds to go here.
Yeah, I mean, so the spot that Sib is playing right now on the bottom left of the minimap, he is going to be forcing LAG spawn inside of kitchen forever. And so Seattle are going to know exactly what they need to deal with. Hook's the only man that's actually been able to get out, so you will get a free flank, and that will be the opening for LAG to actually try to secure this A point. But until they clear out Sib of this position, they're spawning across the map from B, and it's just a hike across the map to try to make something happen.
It is possible that Seattle are aware that that point was getting captured slowly by only one player based on the progress, but now the defensive lineup shifts over towards B. Neptune, once again, alive and kicking. He's going to be able to try to sniff out Sib, who's still running amok over by the parking lot.
And even in the back, yeah, accuracy just perfectly with the nade to clear him out. Finally, though, Sib falls, so maybe you can hope for a bit of a closer spawn, and funnily enough, it was splits in that moment, but a couple players are going to be around. I think it's what, Pred, because of course it is, that's down low bedroom, so they still have to clear out their own base, and there's always someone there being annoying.
Still being annoying. Spots trying to go toe-to-toe with Pred, catches him out. Good stuff. Now you got that part of the map open. Big win from Mook. Now, bit of progress to fly forward. The numbers are working out for LEG. They only have one life down, but the more mans on the map, the better. Can they get in towards the B zone? Yes. Mack takes his head off.
It is sort of a two-step thing, because even like once you can clear out your top and bottom bedroom, you can clear out the plat, and it's still not easy to get B. You have to get trophies out. You still need some sort of clearance. So LAG, I mean, they did like the first part of clearing out their base, but steps 2 and 3 are by no means that easy. And Seattle right back in position, cornered up, ready to go. Everything they have covered.
One last hit of this one. You got to go fast, though, lads. If you're going to get on this point, times are ticking. 10 seconds. Dive on in. Kills are there. Can Hook find one and maybe dive on it? No, you've checked the wrong corner, mate. No one's able to get to the point. Unless, here we go. 2 seconds. Anyone there? Shots are good. They stop the clock. And 0 point. Done. 0. Unlucky there from LAG. Not able to get the job done. And that's going to be it. They're down in the segments as well, Chance. Should we have to go to the final round?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's day one. These are, you know, hot takes abound, but Seattle do just look a little bit more well orchestrated so far in the respawn game mode. So neck and neck in S&D, but I mean, map 1, there was a section where Seattle go on like a 130-point run on the aBeZy Fortress. And I mean, so far, 2 back-to-back rounds where it is just clean, efficient, well orchestrated gameplay from Seattle. I mean, Sib's doing his thing. Yeah, I mean, look, there's no surprise there. It's the 2 sophomores, the 2 all-stars putting in the work.
No major surprise there. Good shots out of Mack. Nobody get the kill. Pressure now still mounting. It was an exciting and extremely efficient attack for Seattle Surge the first go around. This could be another 3-0 in control. Is this the dagger over towards B?
I just don't want to deal with Pred in that situation. Neptune at least gets rid of him, but it's still Seattle. I mean, really taking their time to try to set this one up, and for good reason when you're winning gunfights like that. But still, no actual pressure on this B zone. You see the middle of the map has been dominated. This is why last time Sib and Pred stayed around couches, because if you can't handle that cross, you're still not going to get that zone. So Seattle are sort of stuck just on the opposite side of the map.
Capturing B now, though. 38 seconds remaining. It's a better look out of LAG this time around. Do they have what it takes, though, to sweep Seattle from the point? Nade, stuns, all getting thrown. Good coverage there. Arstees and Spark going to make their way around. Neptune's got eyes on the backside, but Mack is going to plant it, stay there, and not move. Here comes the gunfight. Wow, lightning fast bit of work there. Sib's back onto it. Couple of kills going their way. Spark, last man here on the defense. He's been taken care of as well. Sib is cooking. 30 seconds on the clock. Stopped it. Is it enough? Man alive. Back and forth on B.
And I'd say, Seattle, you might have to pull the plug and just, like, eventually just straight up go for A. They're not getting a close spawn for it at all, but trying to flood into this point has not been panning off, and there's Hook as well. 17 kills for him, by the way. So that's why he was smiling earlier on. Now that Seattle are spawning in kitchen, though, but I was going to say Neptune was quick to be there on defense. Sib just shreds him, though.
5.7 seconds left on the clock. Getting the job done by A for a sec. Is it going to be enough to seal the deal here? Got to hold on to it for quite some time. No stack at the moment. It's only accuracy getting the cap done. Chance, LAG might chalk it.
They don't have to just yet. If it's only one man, like, you know, stacked on the point for the moment, you can take your time and look for these kills. Pred will get a freebie in this moment. No major flanks coming through, and I think you are correct. LAG effectively just chopping it up, getting all the pressure over towards top bedroom, over towards the catwalk, but I don't think anyone's going to overcommit and try to defend this at point.
Massive work from Sib. Smooth dancing and fantastic centering. You get those 2 kills. A's gone. 1 minute to play with. Life count relatively even. Seattle Surge, that slight advantage. Is it going to amount to a whole lot here? Because you're going to burn through these lives. Sib on 4, and he is frying, son. 22 and 9.
Yeah, I gotta get that class. I feel like he's killing before the second bullet comes out of the gun.
I'm trying to get a good look at what the grip is, but it's not true. Either way, though, we're making our way over towards B. The first segment is a thing of the past. Oh my good God, he's frying. Is it the attachments? Probably not. It's the player. As Sib is sensational right now. It's a 5-speed for him.
And he's going to be the player at least forcing these spawns out, but his teammate's still spawning over towards kitchen. So you are going to have to stop this clock, even if you want to try to win this game on lives. But I think LAG, that is a nice little spurt. They might have just daggered them. Now Seattle, they're going to be forced. You have to fly towards this point. You're going to get shot in the back, shot in the front. LAG should have this one ready to go.
They should. Final 10 seconds. Will it come down to kills? Will it come down to a moment on the point? It is possible. There's the stop. Kills are there. Neptune finds 2. Clock opens up once again, and that could be the round. Wait for it. Not over. Just yes, it should be done. Wait a minute. It's not over. Just there. It's done. Blimey, that was nutty. A crazy finish towards the point there. Trades work out. LAG stay alive.
Yeah, just nowhere to go towards the end. I mean, if Sib wins that gunfight against Neptune, like in the back, maybe there's the opportunity. I mean, it turns into a 2 versus 2 towards the end, but a little bit too much pressure left towards the end. And that is definitely not a shot at Sib. I mean, he's like 22-10 or something like that. He has been frying this entire series. And right now, LAG, they got to respond. They're getting picked apart in the slang column. Sib has been, or slang column rather. Sib has been taking them to task, and now you got to find a way to win on offense. And it will be a B hit off the rip. Who could be roaming towards the middle of the map and maybe look for an errant killer too, but he gets shut down instantly, and now his teammates in effectively a 3v4 at the harder point to capture. Good luck with this one.
Hey, man. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of luck. We're still committing towards B. All angles covered right now for Seattle Surge. We're waiting for that push forward again. The sort of trap you had Seattle put LAG in the previous rounds was so strong, forcing them to spawn that kitchen side. But for now, I mean, it has to come down to big wins. It's got to be big kills across the board for Seattle Surge because they're quite spread defensively.
I gotta say, the Dolphin dive gets me every time, but they're trying. Yeah, dude, they're trying to find it through the middle of the map. Yeah, Sid, he just kills faster.
Can we get a trade here, mate? That's the plan. Sib's still holding that capture side. He's posted up. Nep's going to try and find it. Unconnects onto the point. We now finally go for the capture. 30 seconds. We're pausing it. That's a big win. Nep's there to back him up. You're off the point, though. Keep an eye on the time.
And everyone on Seattle is either full flanking or trying to cut in through mid, so they're not even hitting from the back right now. It is just the full wraps, and there's Mack, the hero for the team from the top rope. Give him the 3 and maybe number 4, but he leaves Arcedes by himself. Credit to Arcedes, he does what he can, but 15 seconds left on the clock. Now you got to sprint yourself over towards A, but I mean, accuracy potentially ready to pinch. Sid may be ready to just gun people to bed, and that'll be the play call. Number 4, though, Pred, you know it's him going on the flank. Seattle, I think they're going to be able to break this.
The timing of the pinch will be fantastic, but you get these kills, you end the game. Here we go. Fred's made his presence known. Here comes the pinch for the front side. Stay down if you're on the point. That's going to be the game plan right now for LAG. It all comes down to this last hit. Sparks finding kills, though. He's managed to make safe one of the flanks. It is now all quiet on the eastern front. Towards the west now you look, and Pred's done. So, with that gamble, it didn't pay off. You should capture A.
Yeah, it was a good try, but just good reads from LAG, who are honestly pretty quick to roam over towards this B side. They haven't cleared out bedroom just yet, but they're winning the initial gunfights, and there's number 3. Last man standing is going to be Mack. He is up top. Last time he got the 3 Ps. This time, though, he's going to get gunned down. Hook is ready for it to get a 3 stack on the point. This should go quick.
They're stacking it. They're stacking it in a big way. Sib's trying to fly forward. Accuracy's taking his time to get into the fight, and time is not what you've got right now. LAG almost looking to push the final round. Here we go. They lock it down, and from the jaws of defeat, they buy one more lifeline.
Yeah, that was so quick as well. You know, you see the flank coming through. It gets developed for the longest time from Pred over towards A, but that gets spread. They find a couple kills, and it was a much faster version of we'll leave one player to capture that old point. We need to pounce on new, and they just got all the kills. I mean, every single one falling like dominoes. Even Mack was in the spot to make the hero play, but it just gets red. So, I mean, that is incredibly well done on the attack, and I might have jumped the gun a bit too soon. A few rounds ago, LAG straight back in it. I do think it's a slightly defensive-sided map, so it is important of who actually captured more segments to get defense for the final round. And so in my mind, this will be a slight advantage towards Seattle, but obviously we've seen 2 offensive wins. It's nothing crazy.
Hey, man. Anything can happen. We're hitting A first. Here comes the capture. Seattle Surge going to have to now fast scramble over towards this point. 2-man stack for LAG. And Mack's going to start the counter-attack. Here we go.
And it's more just about trapping these players in, right? And that is an interesting spawn. Mack is actually in here. Players spawn directly behind him, and I think Neptune spawned a little bit further back than usual, so thought someone was going to be nearby. Thought correctly, but all's well that ends well. 1 player on the point to capture it, buying number 5 and number 6, Arcides and Hook, all the time in the world to go on this flank. Try to clear out that side, play for some spawn kills. Obviously, Pred has been spotted. And Mack, yeah, he's not reading the full flank. He's going to fall.
Oh, my. LAG have played this round fantastically so far. Can they get on towards B? It's another gunfight that Pred wins. Massive. Keeps the backline safe. All eyes towards the front now as LAG wait for the numbers and try again. So far, minute 50 to play with. Tons of lives.
Yeah, and you try to flank, the stun lands at your face, and that means Mack is going to be looking down for 2. Players cross, but Mack has both of them pinned in the back, and everybody else on Seattle just gets free reign on the map. I mean, just look at the position from accuracy. Keep in mind, he's on defense, and he was basically just standing in the spawn at LAG. And where he falls, it's just trades back and forth across the map, but Mack on point on defense, and Sib still in position for some spawns.
Hook bides his time, but his chance is up. Here comes the push now from Seattle, trying to get that front line going forward. They've got themselves in position now to clear up or to force the spawns towards the top side of the map chance. This is a good look for Seattle. LAG have got a lot of work to do from this spot.
Well, there's number 1. He's been the hero for the moment. A lot of work to do, and a couple more in front of him, but dodges the nade, and honestly, it's just about buying time, but Sparta's there. They've cleared out bottom bedroom. That's step 1. Now you got to get past Pred.
Step 2, Pred's behind the bar, and he's serving up a little bit more than a tasty beverage. Who's going to hit the top side? Pred's still lying in wait. He's got Sib just behind him covering the top plat side. You have 35 seconds to get to the point. Here comes Arcides. Big win. Sib, though, finds himself 2 more. Spark from the top bedroom side. Surely now the pressure is on. Through the mid-map flow, you're going to see LAG try to make something happen, but no, all angles are covered. Spark's keeping the space safe, but you're running out of time. Here we go.
Accuracy is going to fall, though, and that means the cross is going to be open. That is a 3 down, and Sib is the last man standing. Just like that, you get the clearance on the point, and once again, it is the stack. It'll be 3 players on, and Seattle are going to be forced to flood.
The Guerrillas are in. They're in. Hook finds another one. Third comes around a corner.
Easy.
Hook nails it. That's going to be that. Surely now, Pred, the hero play. There's the kills from Spart, and ladies and gentlemen, take a standing bow. LAG, they pull it back 3 straight.
And Spart maybe had a little bit of something to say. Series ain't done, but I don't know what that aggression is about, but he is letting somebody know something. Maybe me for doubting him after the first 2 rounds, because that is what, 3 out of those 5 go to the offensive team. LAG delivered twice back to back, and I mean, it almost plays like a round of S&D in a sense, right? Like, as long as there's no one back bedroom or like top plat, and you're the team that's on the attack, it is these next set of gunfights. If you get a clean 3 down and you get the 4th as the cherry on top, like, you just stack it and it goes so fast. And they were just perfect at setting those gunfights up. I mean, Hook fried the entire time. Big 3-piece towards the end. He was helpful on clearing out the points, but I mean, that is just LAG on point. Battled back 3 rounds in a row. Gotta tip it.
I mean, this is something we're going to keep coming back to, is whether the stats matter or not. And right now, I mean, it wasn't like they were putting up tremendous numbers. Hook obviously has some great stand-up plays, 3,500 damage. But at the end of the day, you play the game, you play for the win. Massive stuff out of LAG. Highlights now across the board. Some brilliant plays here on Hotel in Control. Map number 3 was a fun one. Getting a lot of love towards those opening hits. You found a weakness there in Seattle Surge's gameplay in that final round, and LAG walked right on in, steal the restaurant point, steal A, and then it was plenty of time and plenty of lives to go for it there by B. And the last possible seconds, charts, we get the game. The series now on our hands. We go to hard point on Hotel.
And I think maybe sort of similar to what we saw in the S&D of just like LAG finding ways to not let Seattle play their game. Like on the aBeZy Fortress Search and Destroy, it was, we know Pred is going to get the intel. He's going to make a play off of it, but they picked him apart. They first blooded him maybe 4 or 5 rounds. And that in my mind was the pretty big difference maker. And this time, whenever Seattle was behind him, it's Mack picking up the big plays. It's Pred going on the flanks. That was very problematic, but they did just a great job of containing him in the final moments of the rounds on the attack, to where instead of Pred being behind you or doing something hyper aggressive, he's forced just to like lay down in that bar area and wait. And as soon as you sort of like, you know, contain the pace of Seattle, I mean, you just pick them apart after that, and the round gets that much easier. So, I mean, maybe some pop-off plays towards the end, but LAG, they came to play.
Yeah, they certainly did. And again, there were sort of a lot of moments in Seattle Surge's gameplay there. You can see they've got a really good understanding of how control works and how the spawns work in this game and mode. Again, it's just sort of, you know, the moments there are brilliant, but LAG just sort of taking the chances and managing to work things out as a team, playing their lives very well, managing to maintain presence on the map. You have that top bedroom spot and you don't make the hit until someone's just behind you to bump forward and let you get into the play. A couple of sprees like this from Hoog don't slow progress down whatsoever, but you have to tip the cap to LAG. They had a single game plan, that was get on the goddamn point, capture it, and my word, they did it. 6-5, 3-2. You can't say LAG don't like to make things exciting. Let's find out what happens now on Hardpoint. We stay on Hotel and search and destroy for that final map, if Surge can pull out the goods here. But let's see what happens, Chance, because I'm dumb here. I'm excited, mate. We've been live for a while. It's been a long day, but the opening day here of the 2023 season has been spicy, been exciting. I'm ready to go, man. Get us in a Hotel Hardpoint.
I mean, you know, the sooner the better for this one. And it's, I mean, I don't even want to make a prediction at this point, because I was thinking the respawn, especially after the first 2 rounds, was like clear cut Seattle. I mean, you start on the bad side on aBeZy Fortress and in effect, I mean, dominate LAG for the rest of that game. So I still, if I'm thinking about it, would like want to lean that direction, but Hoog's dropping 33 out here. Spart's winning massive gunfights. So it is truly anyone's game. And obviously on a map that is very rotation heavy, where you can absolutely lock down full 60s on pretty much any hill outside of like P1, definitely not P1, but outside of that, you can make big plays. So we'll see if LAG are ready for it. Who's going to be the route man for the team?
We will find out in a brief moment. But again, when it comes down to what we call in rotations, it's essentially putting your players and putting your team in a spot to grab that hard point when it pops up early and make sure that you've got the spawns that are closest to that hard point. So you keep that steady flow of reinforcements. Sib, once again, he's the stat man. Ski baba bada boop. When it came to, you know, how the series is going so far, 75 and 38, that boy is cooking. And he looks great in that New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, I mean, that is an absurd KD. They're down in the series, funnily enough. Dropped 16 for the L in the S&D. I didn't see what his stat line was towards the end. I think he had like 35 or something ridiculous like that. So maybe one of the guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and Sib frying. In every game mode.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Absolutely. Don't forget, friends, packs are on sale. You see the skins these players are running around with in game. You too can look as Flash while you fly around and try to get anything above a 0.1 in this game. It ain't easy, friends. Everyone's going to be absolutely cooking. We now go into the hard point. LAG match point. Can they close it out here?
And funnily enough, just one of those sort of advantages you get off spawn. Seattle, they get to the hill first on Breamberg. So just what are you going to do? One team just going to get guaranteed the first few seconds. But I suppose in a sense, LAG will have the spawns for P2 on the right side of the map. But, you know, there's a balance to things in life. Just not Hotel.
It's 5-star, baby. You got to pay for the goods and accuracy. A great force breed to start the map off. Helps his team net 21 seconds there in the opening hard point, but that time is done. Can Mack stop the flow of points now? This LAG slight tactical retreat off the point for a second. The last sort of 18 seconds remaining here are going to be 4 over. Again, looking towards the next hard point also. That's where Surge are right now.
And this is more or less exactly what you want. If you're Seattle, you get to the hill first just because you spawn closer to the hill. You turn that into flipping spawns over towards new, and this is pretty much as good as it gets. Couldn't ask for anything more. You got Pred pushed out the deep right side of the map. You got players pushed up mid. You got Mack pushed up the bottom side. So everything is covered. It is a super deep spread across the map, and it is Pred you have to get past, and right now he is just cooking them up. LAG, there is nowhere to go.
Oh, he's tagged. No problem, though. He slowed down the flow of reinforcements now from LAG, unable to get anywhere near the point. Finally taken care of. Here comes Elaine to actually get in, and Hoop takes the advantage. Opens the door. Sib slams it right back in the face of LAG. Neptune on the flank, though, isn't going to amount to much. No, Sib, Jiminy Crickets. It's a 6-3, and he's got full streaks.
Yeah, I don't know if Mack just fed Sid that information or if he heard him or if they just counted out and that was good comms, but that is a nice little moment. We're now trying to chain it. Pred, not quite by himself, but he's a little bit lonely. It'll be Mack the next in line, but he's going to fall as well. So Seattle trying to make some big plays on this rotation. And honestly, the big plays going to continue. LAG, nice recognition on that. As soon as number 8, Spart, spawns up, he gave the call to his teammate who immediately started to turn around. So they know there's players in the back.
Holy dooly.
And why do you weighing down the sights? There's no need.
From the hip, or rather from the elbow, as Hook there prone nails the tags. Coverage there from RC's the outside. Kitchen looking very, very safe right now. Sib, accuracy, fighting the way forward. Here comes the timed hit. Beautiful work. They both get their kills. That's going to be the break, Seattle Surge.
And Vaznev's a wild gun, right? I mean, Hook's popping Betty, he scores the hip fire it, and he just fries accuracy like it's a normal gunfight. I'm thinking close range against Sib with the M4. Hook's got this for sure. Nope, not in the slightest. Absolutely gets destroyed. So can't always predict the gunfights in this one. And Neptune and Spart maybe on the bad end of those gunfight predictions. Now a combined 5 and 16. Trying to get things going. In the first hill, really, LAG have an opportunity to try to lock down a decent bit of time. Should have trophies out, have good map coverage, have Hook pushed up into bedroom. It's pretty much all you want.
No lead is safe in Modern Warfare 2, though, especially in hardpoint. So, however good things are looking right now for Seattle Surge, this ain't over yet. 12 and 5 out of Sib, though, as you said, death taxes and frying in respawn. Your boy's on it. 5 spree there for Pred, as he's also getting things going. There's the 2 young'uns, newest additions to the CDL for this roster, are looking fantastic so far.
And now I'm seeing the M4 at range, and I'm like, yeah, that's going to win against the Vaznev, and then Neptune just guns him. So again, these predictions, not easy. Good luck with your bets this year, but as far as betting for the final 25 seconds of this hard point, LAG down heftily in this game. Basically get the full 60 and at least chop away at the lead. Obviously, though, still a long way to go, and Pred from the top broke triple positive for the moment. Again, to the surprise of no one, him and Sib are frying.
Your table's up now in the restaurant in a few seconds. Seattle Surge will be eating away at these hard point seconds. Time's up. Lamar can't win it all, though. Is actually taken care of. Neptune through the corner, and the old cheeky crawl on your belly. We're going to see lots of that this year in NW. Pred wins another. Flying forward. Neptune, though, on a bit of a spree himself. Now comes down to Sib. 16th kill of the match so far. Chance 40 seconds on the point.
And RCD is also, funnily enough, is like kind of behind the entire team right now. But how many can he get along the way? Only one just gets dropped. Mack, that spidey sense was tingling. And again, I said pretty much every hill outside of P1 can get held for a full 60. And right now, Seattle doing their Sunday best in Simp with the beamer. Every direction, it just doesn't matter. And him and Matt working together, poor RCs, I feel like there's almost nothing you can do. Or maybe the need to take down Sid, but it's just Mack next in line, man. Dancing everywhere around the diner. It takes so much to kill these players on the Surge.
Hard work. I mean, RC's getting in the habit now of just aiming lower, and everyone seems to be prone at nearly every moment of every game and every fight. Over to the rooftop, just above the parking lot area now. We're going to see how the LAG players can now fight their way forward. Seattle Surge in full control. Let's see how the break goes. We'll listen in with LAG.
Back left. And back right.
Back left, dude. One shot. Back right.
Yeah, back right.
Back right kitchen. Back right kitchen.
How much shot, bro?
Front open.
Try to get front hill, dude.
Yeah, I'm coming.
He coming front. Coming, guys.
Top left,
Yeah,
It's two, it's two.
Keep it up.
Yep.
I don't see anything cutting mid.
27 seconds. It's a good time. Go,
I got
go,
naded.
Cut off.
One shot.
Rotate off on. Rotate.
So there. Trying naded.
I'm going to the right.
Stop bed, I think.
Top.
I got
Yeah,
naded. I got naded.
Let's go straight and you pinch cross steps. I have the right cut off. I have
Two guys there.
the right cut off.
We
I
bring
have
this shit
the right
back.
cut off.
Yeah, we can.
100%.
Yeah, one full
I have
6.
the right cut off.
I spawned spot. You right stuff, Kyle.
I spawned
He's
P2.
hurt.
I'm trying to help you nerd down. I'm watching bed head through.
Gonna be light.
Could be lobby or curve. Yeah,
I'm going lobby. He's bricks.
I saw him. Nice. Top 2. I'm missing Lamar and Mack, okay?
He's bricks again.
Yeah, I'm holding left.
Bricks again. Bricks again.
They're gonna work Cal on.
Okay,
Left.
Rick set.
Cal left on me.
Last
Top
guy.
glass.
Mid area.
Yeah, I top glass.
Yeah, I think.
Cal
Yeah,
off right
there's.
now.
Yeah, he's gonna be top cat.
He's top cat. Top cat got me. Top cat got me.
I think he left that top cat. You wanna work the right? You wanna work? Yeah.
Nerd got me, okay? They're couching nerd.
I spawned cat. I spawned cat. They're
Couching
spawning
nerd heavy,
push.
okay?
Are you nerd?
I'm cat.
That one's got him. It's spread. It's spread. He's gonna lobby or something.
On
He's
hill.
top cat, walk up bid.
Get the sun.
Back right at hill. Absolute back right at hill.
Dead.
I got needed. Top cat walk.
Top
Yeah,
tower
you can
gone.
go.
He's wrong through. He jumped down. He's looking. He's in between like the.
I'm playing for skill.
in between
I'm
the
playing for
couches.
skill.
In between
Yeah,
the
you got
couches.
shit.
Okay?
You got shit. You got shit.
No, it's not a bad situation whatsoever in terms of the comms for aBeZy. They're doing everything they can to keep this game alive, and no sign of any sort of deflation when it comes to the 217 80+ scoreline we're seeing.
What? No, I mean, you're right. I suppose that's a good sign in a sense that like you're keeping the vibes flowing, like trying to keep the comms like very like they're not as depressed as you'd think for being down by 120 points.
That's because they're goddamn professionals. There's no crying, there was no tears, no nothing. It was just, I'm trying to do this. Let's get this happening. I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it. LAG not out of the woods yet. They're in trouble. P2's up and accuracy's on a heady.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, the hard point. This is just a little bit tough, and yeah, the choppiness of the gameplay as well.
So what's happened?
Super not ideal.
Well, according to accuracy's face, everything seems to be fine. That might have just been an issue on the observer side, which is good. So still 10 seconds now for the win.
Man,
Seattle, one more big hit, trying to make their way forward, and accuracy, I'm stealing this spot. My God, there's the lineup for Sib. There's the kills, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a game 5. Here we go.
First 100-point club of the year, yeah?
You know it. Massive work
welcome to
out
the
of
club.
Surge. Massive work.
Yeah, and it's when like the power rankings come out, when the teams scrim, obviously it's the majority respawn. Like obviously, especially towards the start of the year, S&D is getting scrimmed, but not nearly as much. Especially 2 series or 3 series a day, depending on the team, of just respawn. And I know LAG off the rip for like the coaches polls and whatnot were towards the bottom of the power rankings. Their S&D looked great. Their control, they brought it together. But hard point we have identified as a potential problem. 100-point club in one sense. They got beat by 125 on aBeZy Fortress when they started on the good side. And I mean, Spart was very aggressive towards his camera after the control. And I think the camera might have gotten a little bit of revenge, maybe blinded him in that game. 9 and 21. Least damage. Not ideal.
We've easily identified. I mean, I'm no doctor, but there's a problem here. LAG not exactly bringing the thunder in hardpoint, but so far they've got the ice in search and destroy, and they've got the ice in control as well. Now, the scary thing is that you go to another search and destroy. Game 5, the first of the 2023 season is upon us now. We stay in on hotel, and hey, if you're a betting man, which hey, it's up to you. You could be. This is going to be an exciting one indeed. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, the final match of the day, Hotel Search and Destroy. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Game 5. Seattle Surge, Los Angeles Guerrillas in our run-up towards Major I. The 2023 season may only be 1 day old, but holy dooly, ladies and gents, is it full of surprises and fun and games so far. Simp continues to put on a maybe historic look at his stats so far in this series. The boy's cooking. The rest of the squad have managed to force themselves into a Game 5 situation. However, LAG have had the ice, not only in the search, but in the control in those final dire moments. Chance, what in the name of all things sacred are we about to witness here on a hotel?
That's a super good question. I think Hotel is like a much more diverse map when it comes to like strat opportunities when you're talking about Search and Destroy, at least compared to like Outback or Fortress. So I think the game plan it seemed like LAG really had going into it sort of seemed like just playing off Pred of like, we're going to do normal stuff, but we know once there's enough information coming through, Pred's going to try to do something. So I think Seattle will have like that type of idea as well going forward, but like Pred has like 37 different options to work with now. So it'd be an interesting little battle between these two teams, I'd say. And I think LAG is going to be a fun team to watch in S&D as well. Cause again, Spart always super solid in S&D, who can fry at every game mode. He's a world champion. Neptune is one of the grinders in S&D, even in the off season was grinding like the Cold War Childs as well. And obviously we saw Arcides. I mean, he wins his ones. So it's going to be a fun team to watch. They've had the ice and we'll see if they can follow that up for a nice little Game 5 win to start the year.
I mean, the Los Angeles Guerrillas continue to prove, their worth in Search and Destroy. Of course, it was the world record set for most consecutive Search and Destroy wins that got them towards that Major 2 victory in the Vanguard season. And hey, man, who can spot a part of that one? You add Nastie to the roster, only a good thing. And Neptune, since diving ship quite literally from Halo over towards the Call of Duty world in Cold War, I mean, you called it, mate, grinding. I mean, putting in the hours. Not only has he had some sensational teammates alongside him to help bolster that knowledge, but he really does have a very strong work ethic, as we can see. A lot of late night VOD sessions, a lot of late night grinding up early hours playing Search and Destroy with all sorts of people. See if they can put all that hard work and practice to the test now that it matters most in this Game 5.
And a fun team to watch as well, because all three of these guys like going together. But I know that's a lot for LAG. I think a bigger question is Simp about to drop one of the most absurd stat lines of all time?
Maybe.
For an L though, because like that could happen. Because this dude has to be like well beyond a 2.1.
Not for the L.
105 kills in a series, and obviously this game plays out different than Vanguard. But if you're getting 100+ kills in a full series, I mean that's phenomenal. That was like a semi-rare occurrence last year. And again, different game. Who knows what the stats are going to turn out to be. But like, obviously, the dude is frying.
Well, another thing as well, once we, the punditry going into this game, we didn't expect to see that many kills in a hard point, just given how solid setups are. Most teams are trading out, perfect 60s. Games don't last long enough for you to get anywhere near sort of like that many kills in a series. This boy is working his ass off to find these kills. Was it 15 or 16 in the search industry as well?
And I'm thinking about it now. How many players on LAG didn't get 16 kills on the Hotel Hardpoint?
Jesus!
He's doing that on Fortress S&D. So like,
unbelievable.
Look, he's having a good series. That's all I'm saying. And I want his M4 class.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the DMs in moments, quite frankly, to find out what the hell he's running on that bad boy. But all talk aside about historic plays, whether he wins it or loses it, it is certainly an unbelievable stat line to this matchup with. Stats don't mean everything, but holy, it's pretty good so far. We'll find out, though, as we get into this Hotel Search and Destroy Game 5 in a brief moment. But Chance, I mean, these are record numbers, but for the L, tough. I mean, all that really tells us, though, is Seattle Surge have certainly got the firepower. It's just that sort of precision they need to really close out, the more objectively heavy game modes.
Absolutely. And I think, again, just sort of tailing the point from the earlier Search and Destroy and say on like the Seattle theme of like, I don't know what the default really is on Hotel. I know at the start of the year when you were using the smoke grenades, it's smoke out the A bomb, bait out a couple grenades. If you have a trophy, throw that and just go for the bomb plant. But with no smokes, it's a tougher call. Both bomb sites can get utilized, opportunities to push through the middle of the map. Simp could potentially pull out the sniper on one side. I don't know who the sniper would be for LAG. Either Spart or Arcides would be my guess, but I think, it's honestly a toss-up between the two. So that'd be a fun question as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we saw Spark running it on Fortress for a spell. I mean, he didn't actually hit the snipe, so he used pistol side it, but that's a possibility. We've seen Nastie snipe in the past. We know Daddy Alec. Yeah. You know, he's a dangerous man with the big gun in hand. I mean, you can throw it to Hook. I would not doubt that the nuke can hit a shot or two. I've seen that boy play Halo, and let me tell you, heads are a thing of beauty when he takes care of them. But we've got a moment before we get into this matchup again. We're nearly there for the final map of the day, and what a day it really has been. We thank you, Call of Duty fans, for sticking out with us through thick and thin, through, you know, bugs and glitches and all sorts to get to the end of this day. And we promise you a wild and crazy season throughout the remainder of this, what feels like a very short year already. Can't believe it. It's not even 2023 yet, technically, and we're already rock and rolling.
I mean, honestly, it was about time. That felt like a long off season for me. So the sooner we start, the better. But it'll also be a fun first day of like wild results. I don't think many people predicted Minnesota to beat OpTic, and obviously no one predicted it would be the way it happened. But like, that's an interesting start to the year. I'd say for this one, it could be like a narrative flip as well. Of like, I think most people probably had Seattle either top 4, like in the 4th or 5th spot, but definitely towards the top of the league. I think the expectations for LAG were sort of like in the 10th or 11th spot. Yeah. And if they come out and just get a first win to like kick off the year, maybe even a new contender for like the 2-3-5 sort of a strat that they were rolling with when they got their tournament win as well. So always a dangerous team. If your teams that are at the bottom or where they're expected to be are taking teams at the top all the way to a game 5 and maybe even get that win, I mean, who the hell knows what we're going to see this year?
Hey, also don't forget, you know, Atlanta FaZe bottom of the league right now. Unbelievable.
True.
Unbelievable.
True. Absolutely true.
Bottom,
Forgot about
dead
that
last. It's facts. This is facts for now. Absolute facts. But hey, shout out to Boston for coming out and taking care of business. That was an incredibly impressive series as well. Madness, utter madness. Search and Destroy game 5 in its way. But honestly, just enjoying postulating about how nuts this season could be already, and what the hell is it going to look like at Major 1? Because don't forget, Challengers players are going to be there as well. Challengers team's going to be involved in that bracket because it is essentially a pro-am. So it's hitting the fan, boys and girls. What I'm trying to say is, if you aren't already going to Raleigh, try to book that ticket. Try to get involved. I know ticket sales are flying off the shelves because we have COD Mobile and we have the Code Bowl taking place here as well. All sorts going to be happening. Tons of creators are going to be there. It is going to be a mad event. If you can't make it, do be sure to dive in and watch it from home. The tickets are on sale. The Raleigh Convention Center there, of course, December 15th to 18th. All possible to make your way there as well. I'm sure hotels are available, but it is going to be dumb lit, as the kids say. Can't wait to see how that one goes down and how different the game will look, Chance, in 3 weeks' time. Because think of all the information we've already learned from today. All the practice in the world doesn't matter. Once you bring it to the actual game, once you bring it to league matches, that's really where the learnings are. That's where the success is found. We're going to apply all that, try and true methods, go out the window. Everyone has to level up their game. By the time Major 1 rolls around, it should look like a totally different, matchup. Every one of these matchups totally different.
100%. Even just the fact that like matches play different than online, because like it isn't just like ours as casters expectations of things like Outbacker control being defense sided. Boston comes out and just wins both of their offensive rounds, and even coaches and players from other teams will be like, what is going on? Like, that's not a thing at all. Like, I haven't won a round on offense in weeks, and these guys do it twice in a match. So like, matches are just different environments where weird things can happen, and now you're doing it on LAN, an even more intense environment. And I just, who knows how many little nerdy things have been in this game that already players are starting to discover. They're just like little things that teams are like, ooh, this works. Let's never do this again in scrims, and just wait for like whatever match where we need this moment. So I think we're still very much on the precipice of understanding this game and sort of what its final form is going to be. So a lot to learn, and I would say a lot to learn even for Bringberg Hotel. Again, a diverse amount of strats you can have. I don't know if there's going to be one standard go-to, but I think these are going to be two very interesting teams to watch and search and destroy, if we ever get there, to see what they're bringing to the table.
I like to think about all the sort of lost secrets that die when a game ends and don't get used at champs, because the perfect opportunity didn't arise, I mean, that's what we saw that with Cellium and Shotzzy sharing the secrets towards the end of Vanguard. I mean, God have mercy on the souls of the players who are still running wages and challenges on those games, because I can't even imagine all the sort of dirty little nooks and crannies you could find yourselves in, all the wallbang spots. Again, even the stuff that players have already learned now that they're holding on to. And if we potentially play this game for 2 years, the hell's it going to look like in Season 2 when everyone's throwing like a nade off one wall that bounces off 7 other places, appears in the spawn, and bang, you're 3 down. Bang. What are you
Okay, that might be too far, but maybe you'll get to the point where like, do you remember what like TSD was doing on Hotel, for example?
Oh, Jesus.
Where you can sit like top bedroom and you can shoot players in kitchen off of the A bomb or the B bomb. I know the control point's the A point. Whatever bomb is in this site, you can shoot through like 37 different walls and just shoot through like butter. So you're exactly right. There's a lot of potential within this game to break things in very particular ways to look for that extra competitive edge.
There's nothing we love more as players than to subvert the way the game's meant to be played for our own nefarious needs. Can't wait to see all the twisted and horrible things that you guys come up with in the chance to, chase glory. Why are you rubbing your face? It's going to be great.
Two different kinds of players. I mean, you're looking forward to that. I'm just thinking about like, I just shoot people. Like you're the player that looks at loots on the map and like takes everything in. I just shoot people. Like it's not.
We are not the same.
I'm not that deep.
We are not the same. You never run around, find stuff. Love to do that. Love to do that. All those little angles, all those strange little things, places where you can slip, cruise missiles through if there's no trophy there. I hope that changes. Sure. I really do. I think something's wrong with the lobby, guys. I think it's safe to say something's wrong, but we'll find out in a moment and hopefully get into this game 5. We saw the LAG players a moment ago doing the best they can to keep their hands warm. Again, Search and Destroy seems to be their go-to here. Close game abound if you're a betting man or gal. We'll see what happens, though, as game 5, Hotel, sticking it through, is hopefully just around the corner on the horizon. But, hey, man, what a day it's been. What a crazy day, Chance. Crazy.
I still can't believe Boston beat Atlanta FaZe, especially in the way that they did as well. Because like beating him is one thing, like tip the cap, brand new team, start of the year. I think Atlanta FaZe has lost their opening match the past like 3 years in a row. So like, it happened, but just dude, those offensive rounds honestly will drive me insane. I don't think we're ever going to see that again. I think we actually witnessed the very first control map of the year is the most impressive one we're going to see the entire year, or for the 2 years that we have this game, if that's what it's going to be. And that's how we open things up.
Maybe. A lot of the professional players and coaches on the timeline saying, I haven't seen too many of those wins, and now we saw 2 in a single game. That may be the only time we see it. Time will tell, though. Indeed, as today has been full of true shocks and surprises. But we are slowly but surely writing what will be a very memorable league and a very memorable season here in the CDL. We thought Vanguard was crazy. Strap in, friends. This one's going to go all the way. And again, Scump's final season as well. So whatever happens in terms of the other teams, that will be one of the major talking points throughout the year without a shadow of a doubt. So all happening here in the CDL, friends, truly all happening. And again, we'll see what the hell happens. But as far as we know, guys, I haven't got an update on where the lobby's at, but I presume something quite serious is taking place here. This must be either a dev error or just getting players in the lobby. Not a clue.
Someone forgot to bring their ID, couldn't get past the front desk, so like
that's
you gotta
true.
like go back to the airport, pick it up, get your things, and like now you got to carry around all the luggage, and that's as far as I can go with hotel related jokes.
I've just received word that everyone's stuck at the Santa Sena border crossing. No one has been able to get through customs. There appears to be a traffic jam. That's why we're waiting for that. Everyone's just making their way here now. That's right. Even though we're staying on hotel.
I forgot about that map, if I'm being honest. I really did.
Why did you forget? How could you forget about that map? How could you forget about that?
Well, it's burnt into my memory, but like I've been grinding the mosh pit for the past 2 days that we've had it, and I've probably played maybe 50 or 60 games. So I'm stuck in CDL land,
no more
border crossing for me.
We did forget the border crossing. Yeah, there is a lobby issue, guys, and hoping to get that resolved ASAP. Forcing the players in, it's like trying to wrangle sheep, maybe, who knows? But we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. But Charles, any sort of wild takeaways from actually, you know what? Screw that. Let's go to a break.
be selected by the rest of the league to a top 10 list in a year I didn't really feel like I had the top performance I could have had is a pretty good feeling.
When you say Kleenex, I think hard carry.
Kleenex, he was my teammate on Ultra. He's out of his mind. That kid does some things that you're just like, how did you just do that? And why did you do that? He's really improved, and he's like a really smart, aggressive SMG.
My God, Kleenex, the tissue is an issue.
Kleenex's biggest trait on the map is his speed. Definitely the pace he sets.
He's a fast player. He's very smart. I guess a good word is ratty. He's very methodical when he plays, and he's a talented player, and his career is going to go a long way.
Doing everything they can to hold down this remaining dirty Kleenex.
When I first think of RCDs, I think of someone I really respect as a player and as a person, and the biggest thing I would take away for RCDs as a teammate is just his ability to lead. He's a big reason for our Cold War success, you know, the amazing season we had, and I feel like people didn't really give him the gas he deserved for that season.
It's the championship for FaZe!
A turret with good comms. Like, if a kill streak could speak, is him, bro.
He's really good in high-pressure situations where he can just make the right play.
RCDs has to be the hero for them. Has to be the hero. It's good Octane to be possibly lining up there as well.
There is times where you talk about it and you're like, what did we do wrong this map? It's like, we didn't do anything wrong. He just popped the piece on us.
Team player, he just does what it takes to win.
Whatever needs to be filled type of player, so huge respect for that guy.
RCDs, he is daddy.
First thing comes to mind, I think Sib, straight shooter. Definitely one of the straightest shooters in the league. He doesn't miss.
Sib, top 2 AR in the game. The main role of an AR is to get kills, and he does that very well.
Gonna take a lot more than that to kill Sib. 9 now in a row.
He's on a power position, you know, he competes with the likes of Dashy and Cellium and RCDs, and you know what I mean? Like, so if he gets in those good positions, he's very consistent.
I don't know, he kind of plays like me sometimes. He's just like a gunny ego child type of player, gonna take the first gunfight he can take, and he's really confident in it, so.
His confidence is his strength, to be honest. Like, it shows in game and out of game.
Just chows everything. He just runs around. Like, he's really, really good at playing God. So that's just annoying. Sorry.
As he's growing, he's just becoming more well-rounded, but I would definitely say his raw talent is his biggest strength.
Another massive victory there from Sib.
It feels amazing, especially like to be picked from your peers because they're your competition and they're probably the biggest or the most credible critics you can get.
What comes to mind is why the was he running an AR for so long? I mean, he was so good with an SMG and everybody told him to run an SMG. He takes out the SMG, they win a world championship.
As a sub player, he is really good at communicating up front. You get super in the moment, the crowd's going, lights are going. He's popping 2 pieces and still telling you they're spawning here, they could be here. Like, that's a big difference between a decent team and a great team.
When I hear Kenny, I just think about last year and that crazy bounce back that he had. That was extremely impressive.
Kenny! The Thieves are running it up!
He became more comfortable. Everyone around him became more comfortable. You know, whenever that happens, it's like a win-win for everyone.
Overall, they kind of just had our number LAT as a whole towards the end, but I feel like Kenny did a really big job of kind of stepping up for the team. I mean, he was back-to-back MVP the last 2 events, so it kind of just shows like how much work he was putting in and how much effort he put in to really get better.
I feel like I started the season out pretty good, and then like the middle of the season, I had some rough patches, but I think ending the season out like this was kind of like the cherry on top.
And imagine if you're Kenny right now, back-to-back MVPs. He is him, man.
Fred, I call him Alfred. We just talk crazy when we play 2K. He's just calling us bins, we're trash, yada, yada, yada.
I mean, that kid just took the league by storm. He came in and had probably one of the best rookie seasons you'll ever see. If you ask everybody around the league, he's far and away one of the top SMGs in the game.
Probably the best sub of Vanguard. He knew every single timing, he knew where to be, he knew when to play slow or fast, and he kind of just, he had it perfected by the end of the season. He was frying everybody.
I think similar to Kleenex, he kind of has like that play style where he's just super ratty.
Teammates tell him don't get the hill, just run around, really get in their face and be a complete nuisance to them and like make them have to worry about you at all times.
Always trying to get behind you, spawn kill you, just, I guess, play a little cheesier, if that makes sense.
Cheeser. You know, there's a lot of old head people who, they don't like the snake or they don't like to abuse the slide cancel mechanics. He's the complete opposite, and he flanks everything. He's just a pest. He's just annoying. You just see the confidence just flowing through him.
I think Pred had a really good Vanguard season, but I definitely don't think that's his peak. I feel like that's just the start.
When he goes off, he lets you know he's going off. He'll get up, he'll scream at you.
The Pred flex is awesome. Like, I think it's hilarious.
He's Jack, so like you gotta let him know.
Am I a fan of the Pred flex? No, I want to slap him across his head every time I see it.
I don't look at what he does when he celebrates.
He just feels like God on the stage. You can tell he's just like...
So anything to not be boring, I support. You know what I'm saying? These people are more than just COD players, you know?
Peaced off and Pred delivers.
Yeah, Shotzzy is terrible, dude. Probably one of the most overrated players in the league. Nah, but seriously, Ants obviously, I mean, his movement's the best in the league. The kid does some things that shouldn't be done. He's like Spider-Man, so I'll give him gas this one time only.
He's a glitch.
He's hard to, like, you know, shut down.
This guy be skating on the map.
He's the best sub in the game.
Q is just this new kid that no one ever heard of in Halo.
He made the switch into COD and just took over the scene.
Movement King, I think Finesse King.
Hey, Shotzzy just dancing around the map.
And he ended up here, and he ended up there, and he ended up here, and I'm just like, bro, we lost.
Because if you don't kill him, if you don't take him out of the map, he's just going to be annoying.
Every team says when they go into playing Texas is keep track of Shotzzy. If you don't keep track of Shotzzy, you lose.
I kind of just like amazed, even as a teammate, just watching him. It's like something you've never seen before.
He almost plays like he's just not gonna die.
Not only is he incredible for himself, obviously getting all these kills, but he's also one of the best team players.
You're so good. Down! He knew everything. He knew all the spots.
I joined a private match and this guy's running around like no care in the world. Like he's just showing me these spots.
He like climbed up on top of a building and popped a 3-piece that no one even thought you could get up there.
It's kind of like a ninja. He's just hopping on spots I've never seen before, and
he's always gonna have like the nerdy spots.
He's doing all of his part to win, so I respect that. He's definitely one of a kind.
The guy he's obviously cracked for an AR, which is impressive because most ARs are rather slow.
The straightest shooter. But I think Dashy, the straightest shooter.
Okay, Dashy with the pistol.
He was runner-up for MVP.
I think of, you know, main AR, I think turret, and I just think one of the best players in the league
is raw gun skill.
He does it at like a different way, but his actual just pure shooting is the best in the league.
His ability to just snap on people is crazy, but also his positioning is amazing on top of that.
When someone that talented is good positionally, it's very hard to take them out.
He takes an old formal role for me. They're super like locked down ARs.
You know, he's gonna get a lane and he's gonna lock it down.
That guy had top traits and middle map unlocked. If he was already set up there, you were not killing him there.
I mean, he's just a funny guy, obviously. You know, Dashy, I like him a lot.
One of those like upper echelon, like really talented guys that can get themselves out of sticky situations.
You know, he's not afraid to take chows. He wins the hard gunfights. He wins the unwinnables.
To get voted by your peers is I guess like the highest level of respect. It's truly an honor, so I appreciate it.
aBeZy is just another one of those really aggressive subs.
Hardest kill on the map.
My personal hardest kill.
The new GOAT.
I think cracked. I think that, you know, that's my guy, that's my duo.
This is what he does! Oh, no!
Just this SMG that's playing at such a fast pace that's opening up lanes for his team.
Like Sonic, he's like a little hedgehog.
He kind of just flies, bro, like, honestly.
He's just not missing, he's just flying at you, he's playing so fast.
It's a little snap, dead body shot! Oh my God!
Can we flip? I want to see more of that.
So do I!
He will pop a piece. That guy's guaranteed a piece, at least.
I gotta tip it, he's one of the hardest players I've ever played against.
His role is unbelievably hard. He's going in first, he's going in with no information half the time, and he's somehow getting two.
When you want a sub, like, just to run in front of you, he's gonna just run in front of you.
I actually like playing against aBeZy because that kid just loves chowing.
He wins so many ego chows and so many gunfights that you can't even say it's a bad chow because you know he's gonna win it.
He'll be running and you'll have him weak, and for some reason he'll fly at you, and sometimes he'll kill you, which is kind of filthy.
He's doing these crazy flashy plays, and it's every single map.
He's really good at what he does.
I don't know, bro. I hate it. I hate it. He kills me sometimes. I'm just like, this little kid, man, I guess.
He is like the perfect submachine gun.
Yeah, he was he's nasty.
aBeZy, making it look easy.
It feels great to be able to be on this list, especially a list being voted from people you compete against. It's special.
He's like a do-it-all type player. He can use an SMG, he can use an AR, he can use a sniper. Very good positionally while also being one of the most talented.
He's got the gunny, he's got the mechanics, he's got the smarts of how to play respawn, S&D.
The great work out of the young god now brings it to a 1v1. Simp versus Crim, and he's got the clutch.
He's always like aiming at your head.
He's never easy gunfight, and he makes you work for it or you're gonna get gunned.
He's kind of ready for all gunfights.
Even though he's like that star player, he can always like be whatever needs to be like done on the map.
He's learned that I just need to be Simp, and once I do that, and like I do that with my teammates around me, I'll be the best.
Simp is like Scump 2.0. I feel like he plays so similar to how Seth used to play, like, or still kind of plays.
I don't want to gas him up too much. I kind of think like LeBron NBA. Like, he can just do it all.
I feel like he's just always calm in these situations that are not calm at all.
He's definitely nasty for sure.
He has virtuoso gameplays. That's how you know he's just one of the greatest ever.
That guy's really, really good at Call of Duty.
God! Simp is a demon. Is going to be Cellium. Dear God Almighty, Cellium again!
When I think of Cell, I think there's about 1,000 words I could probably use to describe the guy. Overall, he's just a robot. You show him one thing, and he does it. He makes a mistake, you tell him it's a mistake, he never does it again. So good at adapting, and so good at just being the best.
The first thing I think about when I think Cell, MVP.
MVP for a reason, and I think last year especially, he was the best player in the league.
He doesn't do bad. He doesn't have off games.
He's consistent. Every map seems like a highlight for him.
Cell is a rat, man.
Cellium with the 1v4!
He is the epitome of a hard kill. Just getting him out of position is such a difficult task.
He bails his team out all the time out of sticky situations.
He's always at the right place at the right time doing the right thing.
Playing against that guy, he's different for sure. If you're not bringing your A game, he's gonna fry you.
He's always able to like play his life somehow.
If he's on point, it's not going to be easy because he's Cellium.
He's the person I try to steal all his spots.
He's always in a really good, hard to kill spot, and you add the gunny to it, and then you add like, you know, some snaking to it. We can't deny that. We've definitely seen that.
That guy will snake.
He will do whatever it takes to win and can care less. If he snakes you, he doesn't care. You snake him back, he will out-snake you. You got to tip it. You can't knock it.
He's #1 in almost every single category. He did his job at the highest level. Simple as that.
Just his ability to make you laugh and just make the vibes high. Like, no one really knows MC.
He's a funny guy, like outside the game. I don't think anyone actually gets to see that side of him.
I feel like once you get to know him, like, you realize how much of like a unique character he really is.
This past season, we're about to walk on stage to play Cellium. He looks at me from across the stage and goes, "I see that bulge, Zenny." The kid's got a sick way of playing some mind games, man. And I was checked out for that series, and they 3-0'd us.
It might sound like mental warfare, but to me, I think he's just having fun. Every single time I meet him, he always has something funny or positive to say. And he's one of the players over the years that I've really supported. You know, I want him to be the best that he can be. And I never say that to him, but, you know, he's one of those players like that. It kind of inspires you to be better yourself. And
absolutely destroying.
He's just a good kid. I want the best for him.
Hey, what's up guys? It's aBeZy here and welcome to CDL Vocabulary.
Today I'll be teaching you some CDL vocabulary.
Who's ready to learn? Gunny. Okay, gunny means someone that has good gun skill, or not really good gun skill, just about someone's gunny.
Gunny means gun skill, obviously. So gunny pretty much means anything like if you want, like if you have that gun, you could chow. That's how you could say it in like a sentence, like I have that gunny, so I could chow that.
It's either they have a good gunny, or you can say they have bad gunny. Depends. It's just gunny is determining someone's gun skill.
I don't know the origin. I just feel like that's something like Former would say, like just randomly.
Someone just one day just randomly started saying gunny. I honestly don't know where it came from.
Do me or my teammates use the word gunny when we're playing? Nah. I mean, not really. I don't think.
I don't think it's really used throughout the games, like or mid game. It's more of like just when you just rewatch a VOD, maybe like, oh yeah, he has a good gunny. I think gunny is just used just right.
Alright, so fugazi basically means like that's whack, like it's kind of sketch.
Just you know, like the hell, like it's just like confusing, you know, like it's just fugazi.
You just know like something sketchy or random or crazy happened and you just move on. I don't know what the origins are, but someone that like pops in my head right away that says it a lot is Tommy Zuma.
Tommy Zuma kind of group somewhere in there.
It came from Zuma. I feel like Zuma did create this one, but I could be wrong about that. But I feel like Zuma for sure did.
My teammates don't really use the term fugazi. Maybe, you know, once every blue moon.
We use fugazi a lot, especially like random one-on-one happens or something fugazi happens, you know, you got to say it like, bro, that was fugazi.
How does he not see him in that spot?
Our team really doesn't, to be honest. I feel like it's usually only Zuma whenever he joins the team speak, like, yo, what's up guys, like he just trolls with us, you know, but I feel like he uses that word a lot. So our team really doesn't, but Zuma for sure does.
No shot is like something when you're like in disbelief, basically. You're like, wait, what? Like, no shot. It's probably like more so like something you say when you're like, you can't believe it.
There's no way that just happened. Like, I think that's what people use no shot for. I think that's something new to me as well. Where I'm from, we didn't say that. You know what I mean? Just some fugazi happen.
Wait, aLLeY just got turned on? No shot. Like, because you just can't believe he just got turned on, basically. That's like the best way that I can use that in a sentence. The origin of no shot, I'm honestly not sure where it came from either.
Another great question that I can't give you the answer to. I have no idea.
I'm not exactly sure where it came from, but it definitely was like...
Oh, hi, is that Game 5, CL Surge, LAG? Yeah, don't refresh your device. Don't do anything. Just shut up and watch the card. Here we go.
First Game 5 of the year, and there's been a lot of firsts in this series, including what might be the first of a record for Simp of the highest KD of any series in the CDL. Dude legit has like a 2.4. Well, ooh, we got first blood. If I cast or curse them after like an hour delay, I'm gonna feel so bad that LAG right now trying to fry.
Somebody said at the start of the day that you're going to see a lot of drop shots today, and I think it was Brycey, and he was not wrong. I know he's still awake right now because he's insane, but it's a 2v3. LAG with the man advantage, 50 seconds on the clock. Neptune, that bomb in hand. We're going to B.
Or we're having it's a long discussion. Do you want to deal with Pred, or do you want to deal with accuracy? And they might have chosen wrong.
Yeah, actually hasn't lagged out. He's still lying down here. He's waiting for it. And this is true patience. That's good timing. Great coverage from the nade. That bomb's getting planted.
And he popped that silence to not move a muscle. So that is typical. Pred has rejoined his teammate, though, and I got to win a bunch of incredibly difficult gunfights. And the nade actually might connect, but Spark's just going to be able to back away.
Wow.
And snake as much as he needs to.
Talk about a series of unfortunate events. I mean, brilliant timing. But here comes Pred. Deddy popped as well. The round's been going for quite some time. 25 on the clock. Gotta go. Pred, gotta go. Gotta go. There's the first. Not gonna happen on the second. LAG. Opening gambit works out.
And brief recap for the series. Seattle Surge. Look, man. Cut me some slack here, all right, Miles? It's been a long day, all right? Recap of the series. LAG have gotten obliterated in the hard points. Clutched out a pretty impressive, honestly, hotel control. Won 3 rounds in a row, including 2 offensive rounds. And then the S&D clutched away in a 6-5 victory in spite of the fact that Simp dropped 16 on Matt too. So I would say for the fact that you just first blooded Simp, you're already feeling great about your chances. LAG continue their success in Surge.
Flying towards B. Hoop might be able to run into a couple of players. Definitely heard a footstep or two. stunned. Gunfight's there. Trades are abound as Accuracy who actually lands the first 2 kills of the round. 3!
Neptune trying to shoot his teammates too, but now he knows he's got to worry about accuracy and the ace that Pred is going to steal from him. Bounce back rounds, and again, we talked about it. I know nobody forgot the diversity of strats that you can break out on a map like Hotel. This time for Seattle, just bullying out, not completely towards the middle of the map. Obviously, a little bit of pressure over towards the dining side of things, but basically the full swarm over towards mid. Seattle get it done. You had a bit more of an oscillation strat for LAG round 1 where they're bouncing back and forth between different sides of the map, but already good stuff we're seeing between these 2 teams.
I mean, look, it's a Hotel throwdown, and it's 1-1 thus far. Good stuff out of Neptune already. 3-1. Accuracy 4-1. On that bit of a 3 spree. Not that streaks are too influential here on Hotel. There is more open spaces on the map than you would imagine on the inside. Here we go, though. A much slower look this time. Seattle surge on defense. 2 towards B, 1 mid, 1 look towards A.
And heavily right now playing for picks. Maybe a few players waiting for Dead Silence to be activated to make moves. Neptune obviously has his, and he can be ready to jump, and it is going to be the slow approach. Number 6 is actually crossed. Yeah, there you see Hook actually. Looks like he uses Dead Silence just to get across the bottom bedroom. So he's the player right now to make the play. Uses the Dead. He gets the regen and the first blood. That's what LAG needed.
Can't get away. He's so close. Couldn't get away with his life, though. Let's give him enough space to get the plant down. Sadly, 2v3. The Seattle Surge are now going to make something of this. Net pops steady, quick reposition, will be able to set himself up for a nice kill. Will he hear Sib? Surely does. Or unless Sib's got Deddy going, he does. Wow, 2 ships passing silently in the night. Hello. That's unfortunate. Big work out of Pred. 3v1, all down a Nep.
Yeah, take your time. You got a nade to work with as well. You got to beam the guy off bomb and then throw your tax and nades and pray you get it right. He's going to start with the nade, and that might be perfect.
Oh my God.
12 seconds left.
10 now. Max straight on it. Nep's got to go. Flies forward. Oh my God. Neptune 1v3. Wow. What a f***ing round, boys and girls.
King of the sea and king of that bomb site as well. I was thinking shoot the guy and use the nades for the second. Instead, he gets the love tap with the grenade, finishes him off, and then the stun after the fact was perfect. And I don't even think he was reading the guy to be up that close on that bar.
No.
He definitely brought the gunny reaction time on point and the Vasnev in his finest form.
With that true composure, you see how heavy breathing Nep was after that one. That was a huge round to put himself at 6-1 to get his team the lead for now, but massive composure out of a player who has received his fair share of criticism. Another round, a lot of wind in those sails.
And that's a guaranteed top 5 play of the week as well. Honestly, I think that might be the one that takes the #1 spot, but we can get to that later. As it stands now, a lot of creepy crawlers trying to work their way up towards the top, and successful to make it there. Smart, you got a player behind you.
Sneaky.
There we go.
You might have 2 in a second. Knock, knock. Do you have a minute to talk about your car insurance? No, says Spot. Absolutely not. 50 seconds left. Man advantage, LAG.
And still one more player behind enemy lines. I think there's some awareness of the fact, but they're not quite sure. Hook, though, he finds the freebie for the 1v2. And they're vaguely aware of Pred, but if they didn't know before, they certainly know now. 35 seconds, 1v1, Pred v Hook. And Pred popped Deddy, but he should know Hook was playing over towards your bar desks.
Yeah, he's over by bar 25. Got to get moving. Got to grab the bomb. We'll find the kill on Hook. Oh my God, heads up play. You check this corner. Massive, massive round out of Hook. Heads up play from the young man. He's got Deddy, puts himself in a good spot to see all angles. And Pred, no patience, sends it straight to the grave.
Well, unfortunate timing for Pred. I think his Dead Silence ran out as soon as he got into blue, but it was also just a perfect position from Hook there towards the end. Can see the cross towards bomb, has a tight angle on the side, and there's a chance that Pred is going to check that, but even then, it's kind of close to a 50-50 gunfight because the angle Hook had, and that is just very well played. And I mean, it's one of those things. You get a 1v3, that's just a massive amount of momentum for your team, especially after a delay like that. Not hard to make your opponent tilt. We'll see if Seattle can bounce back and keep their resolve.
Yeah, that front cortex is absolutely ringing right now. Let's find out, though. Call GR&D on YouTube. Check it out. Here comes Pred. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. That's only going to piss you off even more, though. One thing that is annoying is big gunfights like that of Arsties. Sib's got him trailed in the corner. Mack's there to help out. B-bomb site all safe. Bomb's going over towards A. That's where accuracy comes in, and he's still here, baby.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, he'll be in this spot all year. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if you have easy tags.
Ooh, close, but no cigar. Seattle Surge back in it.
I mean, you know, every time we see accuracy, it's going to be belly down to the exact same spot, or he'll make the adjustment and play top bedroom and hold the exact same angle. But I mean, honestly, it's the perfect sort of standard spot to play. You get the cross to bomb, you can feed the intel to your teammates, and it is sort of a guarantee on the map of getting the quality information that you need. So standard stuff for accuracy, and I think he's up to about 8 kills already, only 5 rounds deep. So he's had a solid performance on Hotel thus far in Seattle. Maybe a little bit of aggression in this round, leaning towards that B site where they've bullied out mid before. Now they're just trying to bully out Hook.
Yeah. Here comes Hook, though. Gets his corner ready. Here comes the noise. Single shot. Oh! All good, though, baby. He was on single fire, but it's not going to make a difference. He managed to get 2 out of that one. That is basically all he could ask for from Hook there. Neptune steps up immediately. And Sib standing on the chest.
Strong lampshade. That is a strong lampshade.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Is no one checking this corner?
No one's checking corners. Seattle Surge not checking a single corner. Pred. Did he pop, though? He's going to soar. Will speed be the gift? Nope, it will not. My word. LAG. Talk about composure. That was a very, very long delay. A huge break. Their mental game has not waned. They're looking good so far.
And that's a couple awkward moments, right? For Hook accidentally switching his gun to single fire. Like, that's happened to me a few times, but in a CDL match, that is not ideal. But he delivers, turns that into 2. But also, it was the exact same corner. They got used twice. And, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, won't get fooled again. I think we got to learn from our mistakes in that situation. But Seattle just not quite ready for the kitchen hit. So no success over towards B on the attack. And it looks like if B is the play call, we'll see if LAG could maybe take a turn or maybe just play for picks again. They're consistent with sort of this 2-2 split.
It has worked. I mean, it's 4-2. They're blasting through this game 5. Much heavier presence towards the A side of the map now for Seattle Surge. Here comes the check. Prez just on the outside of the bar. Players all around him. Here we go. We're committing to the site. We're committing to the play. LAG flying forward. Pred with a tactical retreat. Getting ready for the fight. Here we go.
Oh, and they're able to catch him out as well. Nice first blood pickup for Arceus, who delivers with 2, the island player. We talked about it, how Slasher loves to do it. Well, Arceus succeeds as well. And now poor Sib gonna have 3 players dancing around him, but he can hear what's about to happen.
He can only hear some of it. 2 of them are dead just before they got in there. Here comes the door crack. He's by the fridge. Ice cold in the game. Less than 30 on the clock. You've got 2 players left to take care of. Oh my God. Neptune, what a hotel he's having so far. And that is unbelievable. Seattle could not get anything right that round.
Yeah, no, that is an S&D grinder right there in Neptune. You know, we talked about how Seattle not quite checking all the deep corners when they're going in towards kitchen. And granted, for that specific corner, not fun to check because you're worried about the deep angles as well. But Neptune certainly prepared. Guess is correct. And I mean, just sniffs them out. Dude, how often do we see players and teams when they're clutching 1v3s like Neptune have earlier and end up losing the map somehow? I feel like it's just such a momentum boost for your team, but don't want to cast or curse anything. I hope I didn't just do it in this moment. 5-2 lead. LAG just need one more.
It's a delight. Match point, LAG. Search and destroy been their bread and butter. It was much closer earlier in the day. Here in the game 5, they're walking away with it on Hotel. Spark, it's up. And it could have been absolutely outrageous, but Arsties will land. The bomb has been planted, though. Surge getting absolutely battered over by the bar and in the wrong possible way. Spartan didn't check the corner. Oh my God. No! Oh! Shut it off. Get a face cam up there or something. He's giving him the bag. He's giving him the knife. It is all wrong. They're defusing the bomb. Sweet Christmas. It's too early in the season for this sort of shenanigans. The headsets are off, and my God, LAG have done it.
And good God, I mean, Sparks over here, he's flipping off the camera after map 3. He gets slammed in a hard point and bounces back with the gunny like that. Civ nearly breaking records of top KD in a series. Who cares? You took an L. And LAG, who I think most people had at 10th or 11th in the power rankings before the year, well, they win their first map. Or match, rather. They pull off the Neslo, Miles. They got it done in the 2-3-5.
Well, that was a ridiculous way to finish it out, but the 2-3-5 word to Neslo. That is our series, our last series of the day, closed out. GG's LAG, Seattle Surge. Again, a tough delay to work with there, and I'd be out of the lobby too. But wow, a fast one. But son of a... that was a tough way to close out the map for Surge. Mental games certainly needs a little bit of rework there. They fell apart on Hotel in the final moments. Not an easy thing to do, but hey, LAG, they stayed strong the whole way through. And you know what? The last time we had a huge delay, LAG were the team to remain strong in game. They came out swinging. I can't remember who it was against. It might have been Atlanta FaZe or it might have been Surge.